Ready?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm going to do that and then do this, and then we're ready. Here we go. All right, the show is officially go.
Dude Productions!
This is Interbrews.
All right, welcome in. Episode 138. 138, everybody. Mike Randall Marcus from Bearded Fox
138. I like that.
Brewing Company in, I guess we're technically Tomball. This is the thing that TD Mike and I were discussing because we live close.
Oh, nice.
I live in Cypress. He lives in Spring, technically. Yeah. And this is right here, so and it's like Tomball. So we're trying
It's like
to figure
in
out.
between y'all.
Yeah, but literally like 12 minutes from my house. I mean, give or take 12,
Oh,
15
nice.
minutes.
You
This is
can
the
almost-
first time you've been here?
I came out for the Meet the Brew Crew event back in, what did we say,
February?
February?
18th.
Yeah,
the
it was
crazy
a,
day.
Yeah, it was a wild event.
That's officially become our grand opening.
Did it? Yeah, y'all said it was kind of the soft opening or
Yeah, it
something.
was soft.
It's like, this doesn't look so soft. That was wild. There was a ton of people out here.
We weren't expecting that at all.
No.
Yeah?
We had all taken little bets on how many people were going to show up on a board over here, and
Uh-huh.
We were nowhere close
Yeah,
to
I think
how
the
many
highest
people
was
came
350, and it turned
Doubled
out to be
that.
almost 600.
Yeah.
Yeah.
600?
600
Yeah.
here?
Wow. Yeah, it was packed.
It was crazy.
I brought my wife and my kids out here. We all came out, and it's like, yeah, it's just it's our new local brewery. This is gonna be kind of a laid back event.
Laid back event. Yeah.
Okay,
So we
man.
thought too.
It's like I'm gonna go talk to the guys, and be like, set up a podcast recording and everything. Came out, found Randall. I was like, hey, you wanted to? I can't. I don't. I gotta go. He was off.
He walked up and asked for a beer, and I go, let's get together next time.
Yeah. But it turned out, everybody was super excited about it, and it sounds like, from all the social media reports that I posted, and I know some other guys posted, that everybody had a good time and enjoyed the beer.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so now we're back enjoying the beer again and having a good time again. A little more subdued, but
I like that subdued.
yeah.
It was a madhouse that day.
I like the 600 people. Let's do that again every weekend.
There you go.
All right.
Can we do that on Saturday and Sunday?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Cool. All right, so let's get into the backstory and get to the past and up until now. I've been cyber stalking you guys for, as long as you've had accounts out there.
Been cyber stalking Randy.
Yeah. Twitter. Let's see, Twitter posts and streams of test batches and all that kind of stuff, and anxiously awaited for your opening day, and now we're here, and let's hear the story about how you got here. Where did Bearded Fox get its start?
Oh shoot, that was back. I would say late 14. We put together a business model and kind of tossed it around and found out the thing had some legs. So me and Mike pulled the team together. And January of 15, we had our first big meeting where we pulled everybody in and kind of went through the plan, the goals, what we were looking for, and we spent the next 2 years trying to get everything in place to get that goal achieved. And luckily for us, this persistence paid off, and this year we were able to send some kegs out the door for the first time.
That's cool. There's so much wrapped up in what you just said.
Oh, yeah.
Just looking at and getting to know guys from all these breweries. I know that's just a daunting task. You can say it in 90 seconds, but that encompasses so many hours and so much effort and so much energy.
So much, learning.
Yeah.
To us, we were all home brewers, so just learning how to upscale everything and to brew beers consistently was a challenge. Challenge for us. We got it.
We were brewing beer pretty consistently, home brewing.
Yeah, we were limited on our.
And when we moved up to the one barrel batch, and we started hitting our marks and started kicking pretty good on the one barrel batch at the house, making pretty good beer. And then when we stepped up to the 10 barrel batch, it's kind of like we just fell right into it like we knew we were supposed to do until about the third one, and then we fell apart.
How did y'all meet? What's the background there?
Wow. There's two different stories here. There's out of the six, there's a pair of four of us, which is Trey, Mike, myself, and Russell that have known each other since junior high.
Okay.
And then there's Mike, myself, Marcus, and Steve, who are all on the same cook-off team.
Okay.
So it kind of just merged together perfectly. So it was nice.
Cool. Where did the love for beer and homebrewing? Who was the first to jump into the homebrew
I
side?
think we were both. I think you were a year ahead of me.
Trey's one of Trey's mom's friends introduced us to home brewing, and we thought, oh wow, we can make beer cheaper than we can buy it, and we're doing it ourselves.
And make it taste better.
Yeah, and then so we started with 5 gallons in his garage or in his backyard, and we did it twice there, and then we moved it to my house, and we decided, well, it's 5 gallons. We're going through that pretty quick. Let's go ahead and step it up to 20 gallons. And so we just jumped right into 20 gallons, and then we weren't drinking as much of it, so we stepped it back down to 10, and then we got pretty comfortable doing 10s. Started carrying beer up to Throwdown Cooker events, which is our cook-off team, and seeing that the people like the beer. I mean, I knew people liked the beer in my neighborhood. They would all come and just drink beer. I guess I've been giving away beer now for about 10 years.
What neighborhood was that? And is it still?
Is that me?
No, I don't know. This thing's a little wonky. If it goes out, which
Okay.
color you can?
I'll do
adjust-
better like this.
Yeah, you can
Like
adjust
it
your.
here.
Yeah, or you don't even need it.
Yeah, I
There you go.
Yeah.
Either way,
Sorry.
you don't want to smush that. You got some
Yeah, I got my fro working.
waffles
Sweat
there.
fro. I sweat like
As Bob
it
Ross
rains.
do.
Well, you've been brewing this morning, right?
Yeah, I'm doing a test batch of our Pilsner. Doing a 1 barrel batch, so I may have to step away for that. It was on the climb of the boil. I want to make sure I don't boil over. I've put enough stuff on the floor this morning.
Tell us about the Pilsner. What
It's a true Czech Pilsner, and we've brewed it a couple times. We just haven't been consistent on it, so it's something that we're working on. It'll probably be maybe in our next beer that comes out. We've got a pale ale that'll be out before it, but I don't know which one's coming. We've got about 4 test batches laying in there worth of grain, so we're getting ready to start putting out some new beers. We're pretty comfortable in what we're doing, and people are liking where we're at, and we need to bring some variety to the tasting room.
Okay. Well, before we lose you to the brew, when you were home brewing versus now commercially, obviously there's changes in scale and changes in, I guess you have to look at marketability and all that that sort of thing. What do you enjoy brewing? What's your wheelhouse as far as the things you
Me
enjoy?
personally,
Yeah.
I'm the goat. I'm a big fan of the goat and the stout. Those are the 2 that I brought to the table that I've been brewing the longest. The stout was my homage to Buried Hatchet, and then I kind of took it from there and made it its own beer. And the goat started out as a different name. Well, it started out as just as an Imperial IPA, and then I've been part of a MS 150 team for a few years, and we started carrying beer to the MS 150, and then it became the name of the place where we're at, and we started calling it Dog Trot IPA because that was the name of the place where we were. So kind of in homage to them for the MS 150, and then. Once everybody came into it, we kind of added a couple more. We changed the hop schedule up on it, and it's really one of my favorite beers right now. It drinks so well. And Randy, he came up with the porter. He and Russ did with the porter recipe, and I'm a big fan of splitting half the goat and half the number 48. And man, you're talking about a good beer.
That sounds good. Take notes. You got that? All right. So as far as what about you guys? Where's your beer wheelhouse? I mean,
I'm more of the lighter beers. The pale ale. The Aunt Rose is one of my concoctions. That was put together for Mike's aunt that kind of was a matriarch of his family. So
Yeah, so she was my great aunt, and when she passed away, she left me the money to be able to put my investment into this business. So
that's beautiful.
we honored her with this was the first
the
beer,
Aunt Rose,
first official beer that we named.
Yeah.
We honored her with her own beer.
Well, I hope she seems like she's a beautiful woman.
She would have loved that beer.
This-
She was a beer drinker. That
her
would have been right
her
up there with
namesake
us.
beer is
to you, Aunt Rose.
yeah. It
Cheers.
was.
Here.
It's one of those beers that elicits that's good. Like that first drink where it just kind of hits you like right there. It's like, oh. Like Kennedy does that noise a lot on a lot of things.
How do you know this?
Because I have you in my ear literally 12 hours a day editing, and so I hear every nuance that anybody, and you're on every show I do now. So
Oh boy,
every
I'm
nuance
sorry.
of you.
I
It's a
apologize.
weird thing. Like I know your voice almost as well
I
as I know my
apologize
wife's
for
voice.
that, by the way.
I talk to you more than I talk to my wife. I'm just saying.
Oh, God.
So like the sound of your voice it's entrenched. I've got a new groove in my brain, and when you take a drink of a beer for the first, you do this.
Only the good ones. Only the good beers.
So this beer brings. I don't know what. So there is a response. There should be a name to it, right? Like the, I don't know, like the response or something.
No face.
The Kennedy response.
The Kennedy response, maybe. I don't know that you're you're old enough. You may be the first one to ever do it. So,
Thanks. Yeah. Are you gonna start making old jokes now?
well, I mean, it would not.
Let's
be
don't go there. Let's
Yeah.
don't even get started with those.
Randy's getting nervous already.
Yeah.
No, Kennedy's older. I promise. No matter what your age, Kennedy's approach to life is. There's just a geriatric quality to it. I mean, it's cute. It's adorable. It's adorable. Yeah.
Geriatric quality. to
Well,
my life.
yeah. Just the hips.
Old and slow?
Old and slow.
I don't eat.
brittle.
I don't eat Jello.
Brittle.
I don't even like Jello.
Oatmeal in the morning.
Not past 4:30. It's too close to bedtime.
Fruit and oatmeal in the morning.
Oatmeal in the morning.
Lubies at 4.
Big fan of Lubies.
The early bird
See,
special.
I don't even eat Lubies.
You want that
Not
Luann
anymore. It's
platter,
too.
don't you?
It's too aggressive. It's too spicy over there at Luby's. You
Yeah, there's way too much going on.
can go home and watch some Golden Girls reruns.
Matlock.
Matlock and Murder She Wrote, and I'm to bed. I'm to bed. That's Kennedy.
Oh, you want to hear an interesting Matlock reference to Kennedy?
Yes.
All right, so Annie Griffin. Mm-hmm. We share the same birthday.
Oh, there you go.
Very nice.
There you go.
I share a birthday with the original.
Not the same year, though.
No, thank goodness.
Yeah. I share one with Adam West. Wasn't he the original Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Ryan Sandberg.
The only Batman.
I don't know who I share a birthday with.
When's your birthday?
August 15th.
Somebody will look it
that
up.
up. August 15th. Birthdays. Prominent
It's
birthday.
got to be
Yeah.
somebody.
Well, at work we have a lot of extra time, and so these are the things we look up. Like, who was born on my birthday? So we have like long, a lot of extra time with a lot of people sitting around. So we look up,
Nice.
So we do.
I'll find that out today then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got TD Mike on it. He's our
Probably
our
about
go-to.
10 minutes.
Yes. All right. So we are in officially Tomball, right?
Officially.
Officially.
Yes.
When y'all first came up with the idea of the brewery, I believe you said Cypress.
Cypress,
It's close.
yeah. We spent a lot of time looking for a location in Cypress.
Yeah.
We were brewing in Cypress at the time. We wanted to stay
exactly.
Is that
And-
your
My
neighborhood?
house,
Is
yeah.
Okay.
I live at Telgi in Spring Cypress, just down the street.
Okay. I'm Fairfield.
Yeah.
So
So that's where we were brewing. We'd moved from my garage out on the patio when we bought when we bought the one barrel system and set it up. My wife was kind enough to let us set it up in the house.
Oh wow.
So then we got accustomed to brewing in the air conditioning, and that spoiled us. That ruined us. We were like,
that was the end there.
You're talking about old. Now we can't go anywhere without air conditioning.
Yeah.
We have to have air conditioning. So
Yeah, I've scaled
That's-
back to like 1 gallon batches at home
Yeah.
because I can do stovetops.
Yeah, we were approached to get into a facility a lot sooner than we did here,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't have air conditioners, so we held out. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for the AC.
Yeah.
It's a good call. I mean,
Exactly.
people aren't going to want to come and hang out in the heat.
No, I mean, in the summertime when it's super hot and everything, I'm currently looking for one of those plastic curtain walls to go over that roll-up door, so that we can, you can feel that's the reason I closed the door to the brewery.
Yeah.
You can feel how it's starting to cool off in here because
Yeah.
I was getting all sweaty, so I needed some more of that AC.
Yeah.
And it'll get cold in here. You walk in here on a Wednesday and nobody's been here Monday or Tuesday. It's probably in the
It's
30s
chilly.
in here. There's
And those
icicles hanging.
70s door beats would work well. Just
Oh yeah.
Do door beats.
door beats. Go back to that.
Yeah,
Maybe
little
We'll bring
foxes
it
on
back.
Kind of like when Greg Brady moved up to the attic. He had those beads.
Yeah.
We'll put
And
the
the
plastic
lights.
curtain wall behind them though.
But see, then again, that's setting my age a little bit.
Dude, no, there was you know what? That could make you anywhere from, I guess, 55 to
107.
30. No, there was
I was a rerun kid.
That's what I was
sorry.
going to say. Every day after school was Brady Bunch, followed
Yeah.
by a couple of Saved by the Bells on TBS or maybe
Maybe a
Yeah.
Love Boat or
something.
Fantasy Island.
Fantasy Island.
I
plane.
got to watch Good Times after school.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Good
Good
times and
times.
what's
Sanford and
happening.
Son.
Yeah.
What's
How,
happening?
is that when you were in college? Is that?
Man,
Oh, hey.
What?
Wait, what day is it? Is this all the people on the 15th?
Yeah.
Wow, you
You got
okay?
some good ones?
Yes. All right. Some of them
What's
I
her
don't
name?
know. Some of them I don't. You share a birthday with Chris Stapleton.
Okay.
Do you know Chris Stapleton?
Nice.
Because I'm a He's got a new album coming out
you
next.
stalk him,
Josh
too?
has a man crush on Chris Stapleton.
He's just
I
good.
was
He's
getting
just
ready
good.
to
And
stalk
then
him as well.
Oh yeah.
Natalie
He loves-
Casanova. I don't know who any of these.
He
others
loves
are.
him some Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
Say it a
Samir,
little lower. He loves it.
Tim.
Must be the beard.
Loves
Tim
Chris
Thomas.
Stapleton.
It is the beard. That's why I grew mine. Anyway, it's Chris. That's to me. That's pretty big. To me, that's a big deal.
There you go.
New album coming out next week.
Hey, check
Yeah.
June 22nd over there.
June 22nd.
He not only hosts Interbrews, he also runs the Chris Stapleton fan club.
It's more of the Stalker Club,
Yes.
but we can sell a lot of like bush trimming gear on the side. And it,
We'll leave that one alone.
yeah, it's no, like real bushes,
Exactly.
not like manscaping. Although,
All right, I'm out of here.
all right,
Nice interview.
Yeah, that's a wrap. Where did the name Bearded Fox come from? I did some research
wow.
on bearded foxes, but how did y'all? What's the?
That was actually it took us a while to come up with actually a name. And one day we were sitting. Actually, it was probably our second meeting. We were sitting at Mike's house
In my garage.
yeah, big table, and we were all there. All the owners. So there was 6 of us that are owners of the Bearded Fox, and we were all sitting there. And we all had beards.
yeah.
So it was like, okay, what's bearded? And we're all married to foxes. So there you go. So,
Oh,
Bearded Fox.
I like it.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then the hop cone and the beard came down the road. We were Gabby, our designer. She was
Gabby Nguyen
had sent us a bunch of designs to go from, probably 9 designs to go through, pick 3. And I think it was Trey was
Trey,
walking
actually,
out of
yeah.
some building, and there was a Hop U Nation sticker on the window, and he took a picture of it, and then he superimposed it over the beard or something and sent it out as a text, and we were like,
That's it.
"Whoa, there it goes. That's the answer. That's what we've been looking
That
for."
was it.
That's cool. I like it. I did some research on bearded red foxes because it's a red fox on your logo. Most prolific animal of prey or predator, the whole northern hemisphere, all the way around the globe. Down there, I think there's some here in Houston area.
There's some-
There are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But they're-
I've seen some on some golf courses.
Yeah, they adapt really well, but they're in all kinds of different environments and everything. But
Yeah,
one of the
they
most
kill
adapt-
everything.
Yeah, but they're really pretty. We were in
Yeah.
Breckenridge over Christmas or Thanksgiving, and there was one that kept coming up to our back door because we kept feeding it. But
There you go.
they're really cool looking animals. So I was like, when I saw, I was like, oh yeah, fox, that's cool. Anyway, big bushy tail. They look like they'd be super like good pets.
Oh yeah, but I heard
prob-
they weren't. So
Yeah, they
I
probably
don't
rip your face off.
They're,
So-
they're really smelly.
Are they?
They have like a musky musk gland.
Oh,
They stink, and they're not friendly at all.
y'all should do a musk gland like sour.
Go ahead.
Sour.
I can tell you one thing we're not going to do is a musk gland
Fox.
sour.
Musk gland sour.
We'll call this the fox gland.
Taste
No.
of musky fox.
And we're probably a few years away from a sour program too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And another brewer.
So no sours.
No sours.
What so you got the Pilsner what else do y'all like to brew? I mean, we've got the porter, we've got the stout, we got the red lager here on the table.
On our pilot system we got coming out we're
Tripel.
going to do a Tripel.
Oh, nice.
Then we're going to do a Belgian Strong.
Nice.
We're going to
Hoppy
do
Brown.
Kind of a hoppy, yeah.
a Hoppy Brown and a New England IPA.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Those are our 4, I think. That
Hopefully we'll get those
coming up.
working to come out here in the summertime.
Those will be available in the tasting room.
Those are all really strong food pairing beers. Is that because of do you think that's
I think it has a lot to do with myself and Russell Clazel are both. Russell's still a professional chef. I was a professional chef for a while.
Yeah.
Steve was.
Steve is a professional chef, or was. He now works
Did you have a
for
forte?
Landry's. Me?
Yeah.
I was trained in classic French.
Oh. Oui.
I worked in fine dining for most of my culinary career.
I took French for half a semester in high school, so
Yeah,
I'm like
hey,
right there.
I
right there
know.
with you.
I know we and about 3 other dirty words in French.
Yes.
I had a French master chef living with me, and for rent, I traded him rent for training. So,
Oh, cool.
he gave me all the knowledge that he had, and I gave him a place to stay.
Nice. It's a fair trade.
Yeah, he taught me how to cook anything that you want to eat out of your pantry.
Really.
Yeah, that's 3 a.m. when you come home from the restaurant and you want anything but what you've been cooking all night, and then you go to that pantry and you're like, what do we have? and he could go in there and he could see the food before it hit the plate.
Nice.
And know exactly what he was going to have. I mean, and you think, all right, he's got macaroni and cheese, Kraft macaroni and cheese, and he throws the pasta away, and he takes just the package of the cheese. And, I mean, and by the time it's done, it's like this, holy cow, did you just make that out of, what did you just pulled out of the pantry? Man.
Do you think he can make like a fine meal out of strictly condiments? Because that's all I have in my refrigerator. Condiments and beer.
You know what? It might be a little runny, but I'm sure we could come up with something.
Single guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder why. Probably because all you have is condiments and beer in your refrigerator.
I'm going to have to step away.
At least I have
my beer.
At least I have beer in my refrigerator.
There is that.
Yeah.
And good beer, too.
Yeah.
Right. There you go.
Of course.
All right. So back to the journey to get to this point here. What were some of the hardest obstacles, some of the biggest challenges when y'all were?
I would say our biggest was finding the location that we wanted to be in. That was probably the largest undertaking. That's the one that took the longest. We started looking for places, probably June, July of 2015, and we found a number of
Numerous places,
places, and then after we started vetting them, we'd find one or two things that would not work at that location. Okay, on to the next location.
Yeah.
And we just continued on till, we finally found this place that we're in now. And this place wasn't going to be ready for us until January of 2016. And so we waited. This was like, say, November, or October when we found it. And we said, okay, we're going to be here. So we were waiting for the current tenants to move out, which was the Raw Gym.
Yeah.
So the Raw Gym was in this building here, and then they moved to their current location. But whenever, I guess they've had some delays on moving into their new
build out
facility.
and stuff.
So we had delays incurred here. So we were supposed to get this January 31st, and it ended up being sometimes closer to mid-September or so before we got into this location.
Yeah.
But, we had all of our brewing equipment stored across the way into the next building.
Okay.
So, the owner here kind of helped us out and said, all right, you can store everything here until the time comes when you're ready to move into that building. So he helped us out a lot on that.
Tremendously there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said we could have that location over there, but it didn't have AC, so
That's-
we'd wait.
Yeah, like I said, we
Next.
were approached with the opportunity at that location, and we decided to hold on for this one.
Yeah.
Lake Sturm has receded.
Yes.
It's starting to
good.
dry up now.
Good.
Good. And the Pilsner? Pilsnering?
Pilsner's 198.
Pilsnering.
198. Hot break's about to happen. She's moving right along. So.
Yeah. Hot break is exciting. You know what hot break is, Kennedy?
I know. Heartbreak? I know heartbreak. I know heartbreak.
They're very similar.
Hot break.
Hot break.
All right, let's put a little
Please.
brewing knowledge.
Yes,
and
please. I
So
have
hot break is when the solids that are in the beer and the temperature of the wort gets to, it's right around 200 on that system in there. All of a sudden, they just start to separate. Everything comes to the top, and you get this foam over the top of it. And I've got the Whirlpool on right now, so
It's
I'm
a
not really
beautiful
worried
thing.
about it boiling over. I did that just so I didn't have to worry about it boiling over. I've got something at least spinning and making it not boil over.
You would know it if you saw it, I think.
Yeah.
If you saw it. You ever make oatmeal? I know. Well, of course,
Of course he does.
of course he does. He's all.
What kind of question is that?
Every morning, 4 a.m.
Yes, I know oatmeal.
2 hours after the last bathroom break. When it if you're making like the steel cut oats or even like just I guess any kind of oatmeal really. When you get the foam at the top when you first put it in for the boil, that's a hot break.
That's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's a hot break.
Yeah, there you go.
He's hot breaking oatmeal.
Yes, there you go.
I don't have a Whirlpool though.
Yeah, you can just spin your pot.
You could do like we used to do when we were kids, swim around the outside of the pool, walk around in a circle until
Yeah.
you get it to
Spin it.
whirlpool up.
Did y'all all grow up around here? Is this or did
Randy and I grew up in Richmond,
Rosenberg, yeah.
Okay.
area.
I was in Port Arthur. Port
Marcus
Arthur
is
boy.
Port
Port
Arthur.
Eye.
All Texas.
Nice.
Not too far away.
Yeah.
And Trey was in, he went to Lee High School. And Russ is in Richmond. Russ and Randy lived across the street from each other.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
I've known Russ since we were in daycare together.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got any
it goes
pictures?
back.
We got any?
No, there's a couple of football or soccer pictures of us out there,
Yeah.
and
Have you burned
They weren't very.
all evidence?
No. I
That's
mean,
what-
there was nothing exciting about it. We were good-looking kids. We got ugly as we got old.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I know. I know the feeling.
Randall, what was your the thing location? That was one, but was there any others that were that you look back and man, that
No, I mean, really, it was just a location and getting into that location. Once we found it, it was the anticipation of walking in and being able to start what we're doing today. And I think that was the toughest part because you could see it. I mean, every time we came over and cleaned all of our equipment, you could open the door and look at the building and go, we're almost there, guys.
No. The hardest part was taking that floor.
Feet away.
Yes, and taking the black floor away after.
The rubber mat that you go
mat.
in the
That-
gym.
I
the
would
floor in the
have to
gym.
agree.
I was
with
all
that.
stuck to the floor.
Yeah.
You can see
see
the
the
swirls
glue
on the
on it.
floor.
Was that
That's
still
from
the-
the glue.
That's all
Oh,
glue.
I was
yeah.
glued.
And it took us a good 2 months to get it all up.
Yeah, in pieces.
And we would enlist volunteers to come out and we would challenge them. I bet you can't get up that square in 30 minutes. And they would
Yeah.
just work on it and
Did it
work
work?
on it. And
Yes,
work on
it did.
Oh yeah, it did. It did.
It did.
It works. I've used that with my kids one too many times, and now they're all like, no, we know this trick. We're
There
not.
has to be a reward though. Those people
Oh.
that came out and made it in the 30 minutes,
Yeah.
they got a beer.
Oh, that's
They
true.
got
Beer will motivate a lot of people to a lot of things. My kids are like, "We can't even drink beer. We don't even want it. What else you got? What else you got?" I'm like, "That's all I got. That's all I got."
Got some
That's all I-
Skittles.
Skittles. Yeah.
Skittles and root beer.
Yeah.
We-
Yeah.
we
Now, y'all
do
make
have a
root
root
beer,
beer.
right? Yeah, y'all do make root beer.
Yes.
Because my kids had it when we were here. I tried it. I'll be honest with
Get
you.
them bouncing off the walls.
Yeah. It
That's
was,
only 5 pounds of sugar in a 5-pound batch. 1 pound of sugar per gallon.
it's a lot of sugar.
Yes.
It's diabetes.
We're kid friendly.
Not parent friendly.
No.
Like, unless you could
Well,
hook them up to a.
I mean,
treadmill
we've
and
got to
get some
make it
energy.
exciting for the kids somehow and
Yeah.
for the parents.
root beer has no caffeine,
It's true.
so you got that.
There's that. There's that. They enjoyed it though. They
This
enjoyed it.
the last batch that we have tastes just like Barks.
Yeah. Mike's
That's
tried to make some root beer. How did that turn out? Yeah. You got your keys are rocking? Is it all good?
Did you do all grain root beer or did you do the extract? All grain root beer.
All grain. I did all grain.
I've got a all grain root beer recipe that I haven't put together. That'll probably be on the pilot system here pretty soon. But we've been using extract.
What goes into your
I'm not gonna lie.
what's your flavor profile on your root beer?
Oh, it's a licorice, anise, star anise.
I use that.
I think I'm gonna put a little black pepper in it, just to make it a little bit of different.
Yeah.
The recipe that I saw, it called for hops.
Really?
Really?
I didn't put it in there.
Really?
I didn't want
Did
any.
you boil it?
I boiled everything, but I didn't put no hops in there.
I know, but I'm saying when the hops are in, you boil them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
no,
a
I
little
didn't- I
bitter.
didn't- I
I
didn't
mean, it might
want any hops.
counterbalance the sweetness.
Yeah, I didn't.
What kind of hops?
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
I don't remember what kind of hops they were.
goes in root beer.
Yeah, and when in the boil? How long do you boil it?
What's the boil schedule for that root beer?
Yeah. What is
I have it all in my brew log, but
Is it a full 1 hour boil?
I
for root
don't
beer?
remember.
Mine is, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. I
Mine's
think-
a full 1 hour boil, and
think
it
it is.
actually calls for sassafras and
Yeah, I got all that. Sarsaparilla,
licorice and
the sarsaparilla,
sarsaparilla. Yeah,
licorice. I think that's my dad.
I'm gonna put that on Steve next week. Here's my.
There we go.
I need the root. I need this now, Steve.
Go buy it.
Go buy this stuff.
Steve's our acquisitions guy, our supply chain manager.
chain.
So I'm gonna hand him the recipe and say, all right, I need sassafras root, I need ginger, I need all this stuff to make the root beer.
I've been rewatching Breaking Bad. So he's like the Jesse. Go get this. We got to cook.
He's Jesse. We're gonna start naming him Jesse.
Yeah. It's a great show.
Just make it happen.
Yeah. I watched it once and I was like, okay, that was the best show, pillar to post on TV.
Yeah.
Now that I'm rewatching it, I still think so. It's really good. There's some moments that.
Heisenberg.
Yeah. There's some great moments on that show.
I wish I've never watched one episode of it.
Really?
You need to.
It's
But then, I mean, don't because it'll take
don't
up
do.
all your time.
yeah. Once it sucks
Maybe-
Once
you
you
in.
get going, you can't stop.
Maybe next year, the
Yeah.
year after, once we slow down a little bit, and
Maybe slow
maybe
down
we
a
get
bit.
maybe we get some help when it's not
There you
just
go.
us
Yeah.
7
That'd
days
be
a
good.
week.
And we're not working 2 jobs apiece.
When that day job stops, I may actually get to do that. Yeah,
Wait, day job.
You guys have day jobs?
we all
We're
have day
still-
jobs.
We're still
yes.
working, yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Yep.
What does everybody do? Like what industry?
Petrochemical industry.
Okay, everybody.
No.
I'm sick today. I'm in the insurance industry. I'm a underwriter for an insurance company here in Houston.
Okay.
Well, actually in Pearland.
Okay. Oh.
I drive from Cypress to Pearland every day to be at work for 7 a.m.
Yeah, then come back here and work till about 10. So.
I didn't think it was a good idea today to drive down at 7 and then turn around and come back at 10:30 to be here for 11,
Yeah.
especially when I
that's not
had
a
a
good
Pilsner
idea. Yeah.
that needed to be brewed. So
No, that's not a good idea.
I called in coughing. Well, actually, I texted coughing.
Cough. Can't come in.
So do you have to drive down 290 for that?
Yeah, luckily my wife works at Chevron downtown, so we can we carpool every day.
Okay.
And she actually had to drive herself today. She probably didn't know what she was doing in the HOV lane and all that.
290 is the worst.
So it works out good because we're on the road by 5:45 in the morning, and we beat the traffic into town. I'm usually at my desk by 6:30, and then I leave there at 3 and pick her up at 3:30, and we're back on this side of town by 4. You know, we beat the traffic both ways. We don't have to.
That's cool that you can do that.
HOV lane is really awesome, except when it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no in between. is
Yeah,
there?
it's really, really good, or it's
really, really
not
bad,
good at all.
Oh,
But we've gotten addicted to these Audible
Oh,
Yeah.
books,
Yeah.
and we'll actually back up in the driveway and sit there and listen to the end of the chapter before we get home.
Sounds like my wife.
They
She does
take
the
up,
same thing.
they make that time go by. You know, like
They
that.
do.
It's nothing.
it's a weird, well, not weird. It's a great time for audio and just like driving entertainment. I was listening to the radio on the way here, and you try to find something worth listening to, whether it's talk. You know, I listen to a lot of talk, but it's like it's like commercials every 10 minutes.
Yep.
That or they're talking about some politics or something, and I was like, ugh, this is just no. And then the music, it's just the same 6 or 7 songs over and over. But
I have also have the Sirius satellite radio,
Yeah.
and there's a new channel or a new talk show on there. It's all about music. And
Yeah.
it's a talk channel that's about music.
like interviews and stuff.
And interviews and new music and old music, and man, it is really a good channel
Yeah.
for talk, because I like talk radio.
I think that's why podcasts they've really
Oh, yeah.
taken off,
Yeah,
and it's because you can
podcasts.
find whatever you want to listen to. Like there's people that listen to this show, because they just want to nerd out about
Beer.
Yeah, beer, Houston
And
beer,
local
RC.
breweries, yeah.
Yeah, because they're really getting to know you guys, because this is the place they come and drink. It's great. But when I'm driving around, it's like, okay, so I sat in on that conversation. What else can I hear about? So I listen to podcasts about all kinds of
All
stuff.
kinds of stuff.
It's called
yeah.
Volume is the name of it, the channel, and it's
Okay.
just all about music.
Yeah, but it's changed.
I listened to
everything.
y'all yesterday at work. That was my entertainment, was your your Town and
Town
City.
City, the latest
Yeah,
one.
interview, yeah.
We got a lot of compliments on that one.
That was
Justin's
good.
super smart guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
super
hats
smart.
off to Justin.
Not from Texas, but knows more about Texas than most of us
Most
do.
of them.
Yeah, right. It's amazing what you can do if you apply yourself. I should take notes. I know that for sure. It's
Me
like,
too.
you
I did
study.
actually. I was like, oh man, I didn't know about that.
What do y'all think? I mean, opinions on beer laws that are out there? Do y'all keep up with, or are y'all just so focused on what you're doing?
It's just so outdated and antiquated that it needs to change. We
needs
need a
to
change.
change.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
need to change.
Yeah, I've never gotten. I look at all those laws and it's like, okay, if it wasn't a law, would we fight to get it to be a law? Like the don't buy beer before noon on Sundays, or the can't sell beer at
Somebody fought to get that, to make that a law, because they did not want it. Remember when we were kids, there were the blue laws on
Yeah.
Sunday. You couldn't buy anything but
Anything.
groceries. I
Yeah,
think.
you
Yeah.
could buy
Well, it's a holdover from that.
merchandise or anything.
Yeah, but it's just now it's like it takes so much energy just to get it, off the books, or to pass that it's not a law anymore. It's like, who wants to fight it? Because I mean, like with you guys, it would benefit. Would it benefit you guys in the long run? I don't know if you ever end up packaging or whatever y'all want to.
Oh yeah.
What the future plans are. Yes, it would benefit you, but man, you're so focused on what you're doing right now. The people that have a stake in that are just so involved in making beer or getting, serving beer to people or whatever it is.
I would love to be able to fill growlers. And
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
have a crowler machine here.
Sell cans here.
and
out
Sell
of the
cans,
kegs.
front.
Yes.
packs,
That'd
yeah.
be great.
Yeah.
We've got canning in the future, but it's not
A couple
anywhere
months out.
close.
A few months out.
What's the size of your brew house?
10 barrel.
10 barrel. Okay. And so eventually
3 10-barrel fermenters, and we have 5 10-barrel dry tanks.
what led you to that size?
The availability.
Exactly.
We had
and
originally
availability.
discussed doing a 3 to 7 barrel brewery. That was in our in our business plan, and this brew house came up, and it had been making good beer. It wasn't a business that went out of business. It wasn't a brewery that had gone out of business because they were making bad beer. This was the brew house was last used in production by Uncle Billy's Brews and Barbecue out of Austin.
Yeah.
And it was their brew house before they went to their current brew house, which is I think they stepped up to a 30 barrel from the 10.
Uncle Billy's has won some awards and
Yeah.
GABF and I think
Yeah, and they're the first beer that we put out of this brewery was, this brew house was just as good as the last beer that we put out of the one barrel system.
Yeah, I remember Brock from St. Arnold's found out that we had this brew house, and he said, "Well, I know that brew house makes good beer, so if y'all don't, it's on y'all." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's the pressure now."
Yeah. How was the support from other local breweries when you were?
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, we're all part of Texas Craft Brewers Guild, so we all kind of share best practices to keep everybody safe. And if somebody goes a little long on some grains or something like that, and somebody needs some grain, we'll do some little trades and stuff here and there to kind of support everybody. There's been a lot of questions that we've had with equipment. Once you move to commercial equipment versus the homebrew equipment, some of the things change. Some the way things operate and things, you get new equipment. Yeah, you get new equipment that you've never seen before.
Hello, Grant.
Yeah. And, we've reached out to a lot of them. Hey, what in the world is this?
Yeah.
We've been brewing on this equipment since September, October, roughly. We brewed our first beer.
October, November.
We had no idea what one piece of equipment was sitting in the corner.
But we knew we could brew without it.
Yeah, we brewed without
know what it
it.
was.
Just had no idea what it was. And was it last Monday at the...
A week and a half ago, I reached out to one of the old brewers and I've
at
seen one in a picture of your brew house. I'm going to come by and take a look at it.
It was at the Brewers Night at 8th Wonder.
8th Wonder, yeah. I went over there and talked to them. I'm like, there's a piece of equipment you have in your brew house. I need to know what it is. So he brought me over there. I said, I've seen it in your picture. So I was like, what in the heck is that? It's a stupid old Grant. I'm like, oh, my God. We didn't know what that was.
But now that we know what it is,
oh, yeah,
wow,
fantastic.
hey, all right.
It's not just the machine that goes bing.
No.
A little bit more than that.
It actually is it's actually a
Right.
useful device.
Very useful device.
And then after you go back and read the history on it, it's like,
Well, that makes so much
now I
sense.
feel like a moron.
Yeah.
But who would have
That's all
known?
that's all the scaling up, from home brewing to commercial. And there are differences in it.
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah. You never know. You don't know.
We've leaned on a lot of the breweries around here to help us out, and if somebody's come to us to ask us a question, we'll give them everything that we know about.
Yeah, that you hear that story come up a lot, and like nationally, we're in this bubble. But when you look at like this area, you're one of, in this immediate area, 2 on functioning breweries currently. There's another close by that'll be online soon. But the population out here has just exploded, and the interest in craft beer within the population is growing at a very rapid pace. I don't think we're anywhere close.
No, I think we got a long road ahead of us.
Yeah, I think it's. I see that story so much, and I kind of roll my eyes when I see it, and I'm like, there's just so much nuance, and it's like a per situation basis. Whether. I don't know. Maybe in Oregon, maybe they do have a bubble. Maybe it's about to crash or somewhere. I don't know. But here,
I've read a couple of those articles, and I'm like, hey, we've got so much going for us here in Houston that I don't see that coming.
Yeah,
and play it anytime soon.
And the coolest thing about it is that you would think, like you and 11 Below are pretty close, but you would think, oh, that's competition, but not really.
No.
People love to go to one and then come over to the other. I don't know. Collaborative stuff is really cool between brewers. It's just kind of a cool thing that you don't see in a lot of other industries.
Well, part of the reason why on Saturdays we chose our 4 to 8, 4 to 9 time frame is one, the local businesses in the duplex. We wanted to make sure everybody was kind of out of here, and also because the time frame 11 Below was open on Saturdays, we wanted to try to keep that craft beer community out here.
Yeah.
So they can go there, finish up, come here and hang out for the rest of the afternoon.
That's cool. I think a little bit later will serve you well in the summer too. That sounds
it's nice. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of good beer though. That's exciting. What do you see as far as what are y'all's grand plans? Where do y'all want to head in the future? If y'all, as scary as that can be to think about sometimes, but
We're building this for the future. We're building it for our kid, for
continue to grow,
our
continue
families.
to build
Yeah.
a bigger and bigger brewery. I mean, it's just a matter. We're looking right now at putting in new fermenters and new bright tanks now to just debottleneck our production process. So that's not going to stop there. I
Yeah.
mean, we'll continue to debottleneck our process until we get to the point where we're okay. Everything is being utilized, and then at that point we'll need a bigger brew house and need to upscale it more.
Okay.
But the end goal is to continue to grow this brand to be one of the big brands here in Houston.
Okay. So there's no cap on your size ambitions or anything
No,
along
there's
those.
no
It's just
cap
where
on that.
where it takes you.
Where it takes us. I mean, we're all in this till the end. I'd like to retire one day and say that hey, I was part of that brewery, you know. And
Yeah. You gonna say?
That's the goal. My goal is to work for myself, not have to go to somebody else and to rely on them for a paycheck. I want to be the one that pays myself. And being that I live 8 miles from here, that really makes a big difference.
Huge
Yeah.
benefit. Yes.
One of these days I'll get to sleep until 8 o'clock,
That'd be
and then I'll
nice.
get up and I'll go to the gym, and then I'll come back and eat some breakfast, and then I'll go to the
oatmeal.
brewery.
oatmeal.
Some oatmeal, yeah. Take my teeth out. I'll put my teeth in, I guess, by that time. By that time, it'll be teeth in, not out.
Well, that's cool. That's exciting to hear. So that's one thing I look at, and it sounds like you guys have given it some thought. But when you look at breweries that have been around for a while and just, the start, we hear a lot about the start because I interview a lot of people just right after they've started. But the legacy question is one that I guess I haven't delved into enough with enough people. Like I'd really like to pick Brock's brain about what his legacy
Oh, that'd be a
plans
great
are.
conversation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I've saved my 100th episode. We're on 138. I've saved the 100th episode for Brock. We were going to schedule it, and then it wasn't able to happen. So eventually, I'll do episode 100 with Brock, even though we'll probably be on maybe like 180 something. Or whatever.
So did you go from like 99 to 101 and just hold that 100?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's just there. It's just there for him whenever we
There you
can
go.
make that work.
Whenever he's
Nice.
Why did I do that? Because I could.
Yes. Yeah. It's like it's not radio. I don't know. It's the internet. It's the Wild West. I can number it whatever I want to number it. But what do y'all think about? You said kids and would you love to see this to be a brewery that's around for? I mean, you look at some of those
Oh, yeah.
old school breweries that have been around for hundreds of years.
I'd love that. I mean, I've got my stepdaughter. She's going to Siebel's school right now. to
Oh,
learn
really?
how to brew. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So I think she's got these ideas that she'll eventually come into the brewery, and I can step back and she can step in, and
That's
I
cool.
hope that when I'm
Pass
not
it
around,
down, yeah.
that everything continues on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any kids, but I'll work for y'all's kids. I don't care.
So I've got 3 daughters, and they're young, 10, and my twins are 8. But when I homebrew, I'm like, hey, throw in the hop, and they'll smell the hops, and they're look at ingredients and stuff like that. It's fun. And then they're like, when are you gonna make some root beer? And then I'm
Exactly.
like, I'm gonna have to call Mike because I don't know. But
Got some ingredients. Still.
you got ingredients?
I got some left over.
Yeah, bring
Okay.
some hops.
Yeah, we're gonna put some hops in that thing.
Hops, no.
Centennials or Fugals, or what do you use it in there?
Yeah, what do you remember what it called for?
The ingredients?
The
Yeah,
hops.
the hops.
Oh, I could look it up, but I don't remember.
And they're bittering, right? You put it at the beginning of the boil, or were they more aroma?
No, I think they were at the end.
So aroma hops.
Aroma
Yeah, let me
hops
look.
like that.
I don't know, so something citrusy maybe? Citra, or I don't know. Right? Something that's going to hang around for a while. I mean, you don't want...
I can't imagine what hop I would put in a root beer.
No, but I'm thinking about it now, so that at least it got that going.
Right?
Maybe a citrus, but the root beer's that earthy tang to it.
Yeah. I mean, you can throw mint.
Yeah, mint I think is in the recipe that I've.
Are there any
messing with.
mint-like hops? I'm sure they're mint-ish.
Mintish hops.
Mint that play well with mint. Any, like... I heard, like, aren't there certain hops that have, like, almost like a chocolatey type of essence kind of thing? Or I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know my hops. My hop game's not on. We'll delve into that, though. And if anybody knows, let us know. If we get any comments, Mike, let us know, okay? Anybody, what
He's
hops...
gonna throw us under the bus. So
whatever hops go well in root beer. I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out. So back to your stepdaughter did she show an interest in brewing? Like,
Yeah, she well, early on she didn't, and then the more we got this thing going and up to speed and everything, I guess it was towards the time when we actually moved into this building that she really started taking an interest to it. So,
cool.
So she's been going. She's on her like third class up at third semester up at Siebel's now.
is she doing the program where she goes over to Europe and all that
Yeah,
stuff?
that's that last step, that brewmaster step. That one's a little costly. I don't
Yeah.
know how I'm going to cover that one.
I don't know anybody that homebrews that hasn't at least looked at that and be like, oh, that would be cool. Oh man, that's expensive.
Yeah. So I'm paying for all the other ones, and I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can cover that one.
Yeah.
So
But that would
we'll
be
we'll
cool.
see. So she's doing good. She's learned a lot.
What
It's helped being here though, watching us brew.
Yeah.
And watching
Yeah.
what it takes to keep this brewery going, and everything that we're having to do ourselves. So that's helped her out a lot because she can apply that to the classes that she's taking.
Yeah.
And it all kind of makes sense now.
Yeah,
it's
she
not
has
just
kind
us saying that you do this for a reason, you do this for this. It's actually somebody else telling her that besides me, which
Yeah,
is great.
well,
She'll
yeah,
actually
which-
listen to that. She won't listen to me.
right. But it also gives her a point of reference, like, oh yeah, so it's a connection, and that's cool. But it's also, it kind of harkens back, through history. Breweries were always family endeavors, especially if you look old school, old world kind of stuff.
My son,
And-
he hadn't quite taken an interest in it yet.
Yeah.
He did come up here for the first time.
How old's your son?
He's 19.
Okay.
19. He's our youngest. He came up here probably, I would say, 2 months ago for the first time, and he didn't have really anything to do with the brewery before then. And he came over. I needed him to help me out with something, and he really, after we got finished and he went home, he told my wife that he really, really loved it. That there's this whole science behind it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah, that's my son's. He wants to be an engineer, so he's going to college to be an engineer. And he didn't realize that it had so much, science and
Oh, yeah.
math and figuring on what we were doing that, he finally started taking an interest to it. So now he's been asking questions about
Yeah,
it. So.
that's the beautiful thing about beer is like no matter what your personality, there's a side of it. I mean, maybe this is true for a lot of things, but beer, I spend a lot of time looking at beer and drinking beer. Probably too much. It's not even a thing. But you can follow a scientific approach and engineering approach because there's a lot of guys that were in an engineering background and they come to this. But if you want to take a culinary kind of recipe development, flavor experience kind of approach to it, you can do that. And then there's the artistic side. I mean, when you talk about named after Aunt Rose and that sort of thing, there's also the artistic, almost spiritual side of it. So I mean, beer. I mean, whatever your interests are, take another look at beer. If you're listening to this podcast, hopefully you're at least curious, or if you just happen across it, whatever you're into, there's a side of beer for you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And even if it's just the glass,
Yeah,
That could be your side.
that could be your side.
you got cool glasses. Of course, it comes back to that Fox logo, though.
It does.
That's a cool logo.
Everything rotates around the Fox logo.
Yeah.
We've got our tasting room tokens, which are actual poker chips, and then we found out they have a piece of metal in them, and they're magnetic.
Oh, cool.
So we've got some magnets that you can stick onto them and
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, now you can wear them and
wear them. Or
Wear them into the.
Are those shirts for sale? The ones that y'all wear?
Not these. No, these are not for sale. These are owner shirts here,
You have-
especially the ones that say Brew Crew on them.
Yeah.
So you'll notice that there's two types of shirts, kind of like these. There's ones that have the Brew Crew on them, which are just us, the owners, and then there's another one that says Fox Den. So the Fox Den shirts, those are people that have contributed so much to us starting off that we, they come to the brewery and have a glass and drink on us because they've contributed more than just time. It's been
like all these picnic tables and benches that we're sitting at, and one of
Yeah.
Marcus's buddies built for us. The bar, he's the same guy that built the bar and all the wood in the back for us. And he built it because he wanted to, not
Wanted
because
to.
he was trying to make some money off of it. Or he was.
those are special people.
Yeah,
bro.
he-
yeah. And then we've had
that kind of stuff.
individuals that have come over and helped us in different jobs.
Yeah.
Setting everything up and putting stuff together and cleaning and pulling up the black mat, so to speak. I mean, yeah. So we had a kind of a get together to appreciate what they did, and we gave them their shirts, and we also gave them a glass that was kind of etched with their name in it.
Oh, nice.
And basically, when they walk up to the bar, we know who they are, and we just reach back and get their glass and fill it up and They have a good time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, so right now, tap room hours. When can people come experience? Y'all are on tap. I know at Murdoch's. I was just there.
Oh yeah,
the other day.
like several places up here on the northwest side of town.
Yeah. What are the tap room hours? Currently?
Tap room hours normally are Saturday from 4 to 8 and Sunday from 2 to 5.
Okay.
And depending on holidays or if there's certain events like this past weekend, Eighth Wonder had a benefit that we wanted to go to, so we went from a Friday to a Saturday schedule. And the weekend before that was Easter, so we shifted. So we'll do that from time to time.
Okay. Cool. So check out social media. Y'all are on Facebook,
Yeah,
Twitter,
Facebook,
all
Twitter.
that stuff.
Yeah, so we're typically open 2 times a week.
Yeah.
Whether it's Saturday and Sunday are the days, but if something comes up, like Randy was saying, we'll switch it to a Friday, Saturday. So we'll still be open 2 times a week.
Okay. And if you're listening to this podcast way into the future, this is the cool thing about podcasts. They live forever. So, if you just listened to episode 742 and you came back and wanted to hear, the origins of Bearded Fox because, Marcus's granddaughter is in here brewing or whatever. She went, then, you can come back and know that you just check social media if social media is still around at this time. It's the future. I don't know what's going on, people. I mean, maybe just if you have the microchip in your brain, then you've
Think about it.
you already know. Yeah, just think about it. It'll be projected in front of you as a hologram. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too far out. Anyway, just check social media, and then you'll know for sure. Up to date. But, yeah, so there you go. All right. Well, I hate to have to wrap here because I could spend all day hanging with you guys if you would allow it. I mean, maybe you would. Maybe you'd kick me out eventually.
No, we ain't gonna
No, we enjoy it.
Mike's brewing, so we can sit at the table and drink beer.
I wish podcasts allowed smell. Like the smell of a brew day is one of my favorite
Oh yeah,
smells.
if you give the audience that. That's
Yeah.
Starting to
great.
smell good. We're at boil, so
Yeah.
started the timer. It's a 90-minute boil.
90-minute
Oh, that's
boil.
one, yeah.
What's
Didn't even get his first hops until 70.
How long to heat break?
Hot break.
Hot break.
Hot break.
Has
Hot
already
break.
happened.
Okay.
We're past hot break. We're on to the boil.
There you go.
you know how it goes, Chris? All right, so you have your grains, right? And then you steep the grains in hot water. You rest it at different temperatures. How many rests?
We only doing a single.
Single rest.
170, 68, something like
Yeah, we're shooting about 153 on this one, and
Okay.
then we sparged out at about 170 or so.
Okay, and that converts the enzymes, get to a certain temperature, convert starches to sugars, right? Am I still right on there? And then once you get those fermentable sugars, then you drain off all the liquid, rinse it to get all the sugars that you can without getting too many, because then it gets astringent and that sort of thing. Then you have your boil. You add your hops different times depending on what you want those hops to do, right?
That's right.
Early on, bittering, mid. They used to call it middle would be like flavor, and then end would be aroma. But there's some debate on when and what hops do eventually, and it's called aromatization. You follow?
Yeah.
And then it goes from there. Then you cool it down, pitch some yeast, let it ferment, rack, filter maybe. Do y'all filter?
We like to
pills.
filter our beers.
Yeah. And then you could also dry hop after that if you wanted to.
Well, you would dry hop before you filtered, though.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, Josh. Before you filter.
Carbonate, then drink.
Carbonate and drink. Yeah,
And
that's
then
it.
And drink
rinse,
again.
rinse and repeat. Yeah.
Just keep
There
it
you go.
going.
There you go. That's brewing process. So, any questions?
I keep saying I'm going to start home brewing.
You should.
1 gallons, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 gallon.
I actually got a kit
Yeah.
at the house that I just received, so I'll just give it to you.
Really?
1 gallon's a great way to start.
Wow.
It's a
Yeah.
how to brew kit. I was like, how the heck did I get this?
Does that make it like 12 beers or so?
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah. Depending on the size of your bottles.
Yeah.
You probably like those. All your old medicine bottles might work since you got so many pills that you've taken. You hang
Just
on
the whole
to
carbonation.
you hang on to everything. Those
Yeah.
old timey brown little bottles.
Oh, those.
They used to have
yeah.
like opium in them and stuff.
Those would work.
Yeah.
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 Especially if it's the one that had the opium in it.
It's going to add a little kick.
Good. Good. You need it for your hips. Anyway.
No, kick is something I don't need.
No more kicking. You
Yeah.
can't do it anymore. You can kind of you can shuffle, like shuffleboard. Anyway,
That's what old people do.
that's what he does. He used to be pretty good. Then he got old.
At the stick shuffleboard or the stand-up?
Yeah, he can't bend over. He's got
Got his walker in one hand and then his little shovel in the other.
All right, we'll quit.
Takes a lot out of me.
It does. Whew, take a nap. Another nap.
He reminds me a lot of Christian.
He
Just
does.
was sitting here in front of him and not being able to see him. He kind of sounds like Christian. That's Marcus's youngest.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. But older.
Much
Yes.
older.
Yeah, much older.
Although my son
Yeah.
does like oatmeal, so y'all got that in common.
But he kind of acts like he's old too.
He's an old soul, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, he's into the science.
He's into science.
That and the video game.
That and video games, yes.
Yeah. All right.
If you could just make a science out of that thing, it'd be great.
Cool. There you go. Science game. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll wrap here, and we'll be back here at Bearded Fox again.
That'll be great to have you again.
I'll be out here drinking, but we'll bring the recording equipment too, and we'll catch up again. And guys, I'm just so grateful that y'all took the time to be on Interbrews, and it's been a lot of fun talking with you. And we'll be back. So
Sounds great.
Best
for having us.
Thanks
best
for
of
having
luck
you.
to everything you're doing, and God bless you, because it's just it's good stuff. Great beer. What'd you
Thank
think?
you.
What'd you think about what'd you have, the stout,
Yeah,
Kennedy?
the stout.
Would you
Man,
rec-
it was good.
Yeah?
It was good.
Mike, the porter, and thumbs up?
Can we give a
Two
couple?
thumbs-
I guess we got a couple
Yeah.
of events
I
and
was
stuff.
getting ready
maybe.
to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple events we got in May. We'll be at the Wild West Brew Fest on May 6th.
Okay, out of Katie.
Also, we have an event at Lone Star Tobacco. They're doing their 35th anniversary. So we'll be there giving samples and smoking cigars and having a good time.
That's down
at the Vintage.
Vintage.
yes.
Okay. That's
And
cool. That's a
then
cool
we'll be
spot.
at the Houston Press Brew Fest on May 20th.
Nice.
So that's
Okay.
what we've got coming up in May.
Very cool. So you heard it here. If those dates are passed, then just come hang out at the brewery.
Come
But
hang out at the brewery.
As you,
Exactly.
as you hear
Brewery
this,
Saturday from 4 to 8 and Sunday 2 to 5, and those times are subject to change. So check our website, our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, our beacon, the bat signal. Come by the brewery.
y'all need a
If
big
we're
light
here,
with a
drink
fox.
beer. If we're not,
Yeah, yeah.
that's what y'all need. Like a big
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 fox
light with a
signal.
fox.
signal.
Yeah, the fox.
Working
fox
on
light.
it. Working on it.
All right.
Hey,
Well,
Jermaine, I just wanted to say, I found your birthday, Meryl Streep and Cindy Lauper.
oh wow.
Cindy Lauper, all right.
You know what? I'm amazed. Time after time, we find somebody cool with a cool birthday.
Cindy Lauper, you just did that on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, I think I heard that song this morning.
I went and saw Cindy Lauper the last time she came through town at the House of Blues.
Yeah.
I was not impressed.
No.
Your true colors are showing, Josh.
I went to see
Well,
her because she
of
put out a
course they
really
are.
good blues album.
Yeah, because girls just want to have fun. That's what we do. That's what we do. That didn't work. All right. Well, we'll wrap there. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. For Mike, Marcus, Randall, TD Mike, Kennedy, I'm Josh. This is Interbrew.
Cheers.
This is Interbrews.
Good production.
That was a lot of fun.
All right. Now, real quick. I got a few minutes, but that was right. That was a great show.
I mean, we announced them, though, so.
No, well, I do like different little standalone things.
On our
So when
YouTube
we
page
get,
and
yeah, so when we get closer to the event, you can do like, hey, this weekend at Bearded Fox, this is happening.
Okay.
If
And also, I'm going to get you to do some promos real quick. Yeah, I was all worried I had to leave right this second. I got a little bit of time. 1:30, right? Is that what?
12 o'clock. So.
It's only 12 o'clock. I got to be in the Woodlands.
14:30, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Half an hour from here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not bad. Okay, cool. Yeah, we got
Straight
some
up 290 to Beltway or to 99.
99. 99 is the best. It's expensive, but I take it every day.
Oh.
Yeah, it does every day.
But I mean, you either pay and it's expensive, or you sit in the traffic
Yeah.
and get pissed off at everybody. And,
Oh,
And pay.
and
Either pay the money or you pay the time.
yeah.
They're going to get it from you one way or
That's
another.
true because I live in Fairfield.
Yeah.
And we work in the Woodlands, like Gosling and Research.
Uh-huh.
And man, it took like right in an hour, especially when they were doing all the construction for 99. Oh, it sucked. And that's right when our HR department of all people,
I'll take one.
yeah.
I really want to try your order.
I mean, yes. Porter, I guess that would be the next step up. Porter, that lager's really good, really, really good. Like it,
That's about as fresh as you can get off of the Bright Tank right there.
really. It's it's really it's like the when I first the thing that got me into craft beer was St. Arnold. Like Texas Wheat was the one that really like kind of clicked. And there's something about the St. Arnold quality. I don't know. It's like in a handful of their beers, but it's something where it hits you, where it's like, whoa, that's really good. Like it's
It's
just
like a soothing feeling in
yes,
your stomach.
and that
my
beer has
my
that same.
introduction to craft beer was Fat Tire.
Yeah.
I was working in a restaurant in Steamboat Springs, Colorado,
There
and
you
we
go.
had Tuesday night was Fat Tire pint night, and they were $1 pints.
Yeah, that's a good beer.
And I would stand there and just pour pints for people and drink beer the whole time I was working. And I was
Nice.
like,
Yeah.
I like this.
See, mine was when I was at Southwest. I worked at Green Hall on the weekends, and I hated regular beer because when I worked, I was a bar back, and so I had to put the beer down, go work, and
Yeah.
then come back. And by the time I'd come back, the beer
Thank you.
was warm and it sucked. So I hated it.
Yeah.
And somebody goes, "Hey, you need to try this." So I tried Shiner Bock.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was my introduction from there's other beer than Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Lite kind of stuff.
That really is a light bulb moment.
And for me, it was, wow, I can go work, come back, and it tasted better the warmer it got.
Yeah.
And so, and that's what got me into, the quote unquote craft beer scene was
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, that Fat Tire, that's still a good beer.
Yeah.
You don't see it as much now because it's one of the, we kind of take it for granted. That and like Anchor Steam and some of those beers, they're still really good
They are.
beers, but
Yeah.
there's just so much other beer out there, you kind of lose track of it.
The beer market is such a wide open. There's so many different beers out there to taste, and
Yeah.
drink. And
Yeah, like even like Boston Lager, that's a good beer, but it's everywhere, so it's like it doesn't have that special kind of thing. And I don't know that they could ever scale it back to be local again.
well, they just opened a brewery in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah, no, that's where they're based.
Cincinnati Lager instead
Oh, really?
of Boston Lager.
Okay, yeah, that's where most of their brewing, like their
Yeah,
production.
that's where they
places.
started from. Was
Yeah.
in Cincinnati.
But yeah, man, those are like Anchor. Have you ever had Anchor Steam, Chris? It's a good. It's like it's a really good beer. But there's so much. I drink almost exclusively local now, and then every once in a while I'll drink some like Saison Dupont. It's one of my favorite beers of all time. It's like, but I don't get around to it that often because I'm like I'm gonna.
Yeah, I
drink
don't even
local.
drink much beer other than
I thought
ours.
it was in tap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
See, I mean, I drank Shiner Bock forever. And then these guys got me introduced to.
That's really good.
It was one at Christmas, Winter Stout, and that's when I was like, okay, holy shit. Then I started drinking Oktoberfest, Christmas, Winter Stout, and that's all I drank. I'd buy 2 cases, and I'd drink one and let the others just sit for a couple of months, and I'd have that for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And then once we started doing this, that's when I decided I'm just drinking this beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So got the 48, enjoyed it. and
I'll
stuck
go out
with
to a
it.
restaurant sometimes and they won't have craft beer, so I'll have to drink like a more Peroni or Moretti or
Yeah.
Art car.
Well, even if they don't, I
If
like,
they don't have any craft.
yeah, they don't have any craft beer, so you still have to drink some of the
Yeah. Sometimes I just
older
I'm just
stuff.
like I'll go iced tea.
Yeah,
Maybe that might be the snob in me. I'd rather not than that.
yeah, you don't have any good beer. I'd rather have tea
I
than
don't know that too, yeah.
unsweet, please.
What? Yeah. What
Do you
is?
have lemonade?
Yeah. Right. Tell me about this porter because this is. I don't know if I got to try this at the Brew Crew event, but
No, I think that went out real quick.
That is our pecan vanilla coffee porter, number 48.
it's good. Is there any like? It's almost like a pepper quality to it, like some sort of deep.
I think that's just the roast.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's nice. Like
Heck yeah.
almost smoke, not smoky, but kind of like it'd be a really good campfire beer.
I think
yeah.
it's just a really good drinking
It's a
beer.
good drinking beer.
Yeah. What's the ABV on it?
It's
8.5.
8.5.
Oh, so super sessionable.
Yeah, that's super sessions.
Yeah, 50 of those.
really good, though.
Aunt Rose is a 5.5, so
Okay. No.
it's almost sessionable.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, it's a Houston session.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll call that. That's really good. I really like that. What would you pair this with, Jeff?
I would pair it with. I like to pair it with a ribeye and a baked potato.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
I like pairing it with the second glass.
good. another one of those.
We're
One on
doing
deck.
we have our first MS 150 this year as our own Bearded Fox team.
Yeah.
So
Wait. Mike wants to say that again?
we have our own. We have our own MS 150 team, Bearded Fox Brewing Company.
Is it y'all riding?
Yeah, we have
We have
15 riders,
No, we have 6 riders.
6 riders.
Yeah.
You want a 7th?
Yeah, come on.
Lucky number
You
7.
join us.
Mike was
Yeah.
saying.
He's a glutton for.
Mike was
You'll
just,
have one of
distance
the
riding.
first Bearded Fox
Sure.
jerseys.
Yeah.
he was just complaining that.
You have
that-
one? You have one to show?
I've
I
done
don't-
it 3 times.
Yeah.
Do you still have?
Mike's in the truck, yeah.
Yeah, it's in
Oh,
there.
the truck's not here.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he was telling us, "Oh, I can't do it this year because I'm not on a team."
We have our own
There you
campsite just outside LaGrange. And we're going to cook Saturday for lunch. We're doing hot dogs and hamburgers. And then Saturday night, we're doing paella, a seafood paella. And we're going to do thin cut ribeyes and a baked potato casserole and some salad. And then Sunday, we'll get up, have breakfast tacos before y'all leave.
And
Oh,
ride
yeah.
out. Yeah.
That sounds serious.
Is it this
We'll
weekend?
have
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we'll have a lot of beer.
And we'll have a lot of beer.
Yeah, I mean,
What else you
I
got?
think today you can still sign up on the website today.
I know I got to pay MS.
Yeah, you can still sign up for that. And once you sign up, you just let me know, and I can move you over
What's
to the team.
hesitation? What
And I mean, it's
400.
85 for the team, and you get the
$400.
jersey, a regular shirt, your own pint glass, and a sticker.
Already got
Good
plans.
reason?
Nice.
Like that. Hold on, I think he might be calling in sick this weekend, so we
Yeah,
got to take it
crawfish.
off.
You can come back, get on next year. We'll do this. Is
say
just
next
our
year,
first
right?
year.
Yeah, this is the first year. We're,
Crawfish are out. Oh, there's a crawfish there.
Next year will be bigger and better anyway.
I say Josh, my second year I think,
Yeah.
Josh came up. He didn't ride. He brought
Of course I didn't ride.
home brew.
I brought cream ale.
He brought a home brew.
I brought my keg. I had a keg, and it was a 5-gallon keg. I was like, the only thing I had was a cooler, like with like a had wheels on it, and so I got another like one of those styrofoam coolers and cut the bottom out and kind of taped it all together to hold the keg. But then I had to put it on the bus and dry it in there, and then wheel. They were all the way at the back of like the camping.
We have our own private campground, so we're not at the LaGrange campground.
Ah.
We're about a mile,
I had to drag that whole thing in and then drag it all the way back, and I was like,
about a mile from there, so you can pull up to our campground and you can drive right up to it and park.
that's nice. That would have been a lot better because
We've got indoor sleeping.
I was this close to just leaving my keg.
Yeah. No tents.
No tents.
Are they just like people that like family friends that are riding or
Yeah, all of the people that are riding with us this year are friends and family. And then Marcus's buddy owns a property, and he's putting in 15 or 16 individual rooms, and there'll be places to sleep.
5
inside.
showers and
next year? No, just do it, dude. I've already got plans. What?
well, we'll start pushing
He
for
hasn't
it a lot
prepared.
earlier
He hasn't
this-
prepared his
this next
hiney
one.
for it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to raise the money, and that's
He,
a whole nother.
you still ride pretty regularly? It's been a while.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah, no, I'm fine. I could.
He's fine.
Your butt would be all right.
I mean, it would hurt, but I could do it.
Yeah. You'd be
I got everything
you'd
I
be
need.
butt hurt, like literally.
day 2 kills you.
Yeah, I bet.
That's got to be the worst part is getting back on that bicycle.
Yeah, why don't they make the seats more comfortable?
Because you get sleekness.
Not aerodynamic.
Aerodynamic, yeah, that's what they need.
They could make that seat like this wide, and I'd be the resistant still, so it doesn't need to be sleek.
Seriously.
I'm the draft.
I'm the one that's holding the
holding the bike back.
That's why you wear the padding in your shorts.
Yeah, well, that's why God gave us cars.
That's
God,
right.
God intended us to ride bikes everywhere. He wouldn't have ever given us cars on the 9th day, or whenever that was. So.
I lived in Steamboat Springs, Colorado for about 5 years and didn't own a car. All I owned was a bicycle.
Really?
It was great in the summertime, but boy, it sucked in the winter.
I bet.
I bet it did.
Going downhill on bicycle on icy streets. You don't even have to put your feet on the pedals. You hold them on the ground and just slide. Ain't no stopping until you hit the bottom, baby.
Yeah. Ew.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Luckily, the buses all had bike racks on the front, so you could throw your bike on the front. But I don't.
That's cool. Yeah, that's one thing like places like Colorado, even Austin have over. Like Houston's so spread out. Can't really
Ride bikes
You
everywhere.
know, I live about 8 miles from here, and I'm afraid to ride my bike here.
Yeah. Well, Spring
The way
Cypress
people-
is
Yeah, the way people drive on Spring Cypress.
Ooh,
yeah,
you'd be
no
run
way.
over with the quickness.
Yeah. It's not that far from, I took let's see, Cypress Wood, Louetta, and then kind of over to Spring Cypress. And I was like, I got a little stressed out. I was like, it's been a while since I've been on, because it's just always 99 and back. And that's kind of my only, I was like, ugh.
Yeah,
Spring Cypress, man.
These
Right here at
surface streets are
249.
bitch.
Yeah, they are. They'll get you.
Yeah. Right here at 249, though, like
This
4
is the
o'clock.
worst intersection in the city of Houston right now.
Yeah.
Spring Cypress and 249.
That's bad.
Ugh, it's horrible.
Terrible.
Don't come here at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, no.
No.
Was it
Or-
last Friday? Friday before
The
last?
way they
There's,
designed all of that was is chaotic.
there's a crash over there. Car flipped over like 6 times
Jeez.
because somebody pulled out in front of them out of Walmart.
They're gonna have to build direct connectors or whatever.
Well, I mean, what you have is you have 2 complexes, and that people that live down here, and the only way to really get across is to cut straight across, or you've got to go all the way back around
Yeah.
on the feeder road and come back up. And nobody wants to do that, so they want to try to jet set across the lanes to get to the other side to go west, and that's where all your accidents are happening. People aren't paying attention.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's crazy. Crazy. It's crazy, Mike.
Want to record some promos now?
We can. I've been recording the whole time. All this stuff about traffic and
Nice.
Good cut stuff.
yeah. I can't speak high enough praise about this porter though. It's really
you.
good.
Yeah.
Makes me want to.
Call it sick and drink beer all day.
Well, yes, it does.
I'm not working today.
There you go. Randy, you got guests early.
Hold on.
There you go.
What?
Fire up your boil.
Yeah, actually, I need to brew again. I do need to brew again. I'm due. I was gonna make some cider though. I've been on the cider kick. What do y'all think about cider? Opinions?
We
Anything?
don't think about it.
No thoughts.
Just personally, though.
Just no.
Just
we
not a
don't.
fan. I'm not a fan of cider. I'm not a fan of sours.
No sours.
People try to get me to drink sours.
Yeah, I can drink it.
They say,
But I can
"Here,
drink-
try this. You'll like it." And I go, "Oh, what did you just give me? Did I just lick a cat's butt?"
There's no real middle ground. It's either you're
You
into
like
it or you're not. Yeah.
But you know what? I love sour candy. Now, you give me a piece of sour candy, something that turns my mouth inside out, makes me just hate life. I love that. But I can't drink a sour beer.
No.
Something.
What
different.
about like real ales goza?
I'm not a.
The
still
lime
not
and
any of the,
no,
any
none
of
of it.
that. I don't know
Yeah, I
what
like
it
those
is.
too. I like
It's just an
So
acquired.
like I said
taste.
earlier, I'm more of the lighter.
That's a good beach beer.
Yeah.
Like we drank
It's
that.
an acquired taste.
Yeah.
My wife is
Haterade.
not a
Haterade,
beer
Eighth
drinker
Wonder.
at all.
Like that Haterade's good.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Yes.
does
That's my
not-
favorite Eighth Wonder beer.
Yeah,
Haterade.
That's
Yeah.
a good beer
You
there.
drank. I drank a big old
I
swig
drank a
of
few
that
of
last
those.
Sunday.
I drank a few of those Sunday.
Steve was like, "Here, try this." I was like, "What is that?" He said, "Haterade," and I took a big gulp off of it, and I went, "You're right. I hate it. Have it back." Ooh, it's not that I don't like the. I just don't like that
the
style
sour
of beer.
style. Yeah.
What about super hoppy stuff?
Oh, all
yeah.
day long.
All day long?
Hop head.
Okay.
Put as much hops in it as you can.
Yeah, that's fine. Like my wife does. Yeah, she's the same way. Like she'll, like a blonde or something like that, a half of ice, and she's like, that's nice. But like she like big hoppy beers. She loves double IPAs.
Our goat, which is our imperial IPA, will be out of the fermenter. Probably, well, I'm gonna shoot for Friday, but I don't know if it's going to make it or not because
It's
we've
gonna
got
be
so
rough.
much
We're
going on.
pushing it.
We've got so
We're
much.
pushing it only because we want to bring some kegs to the MS-150.
Yeah, we may pull 2 kegs off of it and
Off the
unfiltered,
fermenter, unfiltered.
forced
Go.
carb, so we can have some
Forced
there.
carbon.
What are-
Yeah, so-
What are the stats on that? Like IBUs and
It's
I
about
think it's low. It's about 70.
70.
75 IBUs, but it's really it's about a 8.5%, 9% alcohol beer on average, and it's just so floral.
Oh,
so
it's great.
It's got great.
It's a great
nose.
balance.
Oh yeah.
The first one we brewed here, we brewed just like we were home brewing. So we put all our dry hops in bags, and we had like 20 bags hanging in this thing. We get it all done. We pull it out, and I was pulling these bags out, and I start cutting them open, and there's still dry hops in the middle of these bags.
Really?
So we didn't get
I'm like,
any.
oh,
So we didn't get
God,
what we-
Hop
this is not-
efficiency was really
Close.
low on that.
So then the second one we did, we just dumped 10 pounds of hops in and dumped 9 pounds of hops in, dry hopped it like that. It was right where it was supposed to be. But
Okay.
then we had I'm calling it a chlorine issue. We had a chlorine issue
Yep, that's a fair
with 2 of our
assessment.
beers that we had to end up dumping.
Okay.
2 10-barrel batches that we had too much. I think we left too much sanitizer in the vessels
Oh.
before we transferred the beer into them. And they were good right off the bat, but as that sanitizer started to metastasize, it
Yeah.
started getting what you call it, phenol,
Yeah, we had a phenol flavor.
and it was not pretty.
Not good. What do y'all like as far as sanitizer on a commercial level? Do y'all still use like Star San or is there something? what's that?
Santa Clean. We use Santa Clean.
It's called Santa Clean.
It's still a no rinse one, but you got to watch the concentration of it. So if you get it above 200 ppm,
Yeah.
I think we were
Throw things
mixing
off.
a little hot.
Yeah. Okay.
So just use Star Sand. They always say don't fear the foam.
Yeah.
And then I remember putting that goat in that tank and watching the sight glass. I mean, that probably had 8 inches of sanitizer in it. I was like, man, that doesn't look good. Don't fear the foam. It's not going to hurt anything. And then come to find out, it was probably mixed a little hot.
Yeah.
So we probably had like 350 ppm in there.
Yeah, it was a little.
We ended up pulling it out at about 9 locations and dumped it.
Dumped
It's
it.
gone.
Yeah, luckily there weren't none of them. Only one of them had it. Actually, they just tapped it.
Yeah,
On tap
drink
that
of ages.
day.
Drink of Ages
They
had put it
pulled,
on
they, pulled
tap.
it, they pulled it real quick, so we caught everything before.
Yeah, we
before
called
anything
them and
got out.
told them about it, and they went over and got a sample and said, yeah, this is not what we tasted
Not
last
your,
week.
This is
Yeah.
not your goat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we decided, hey, pull that off. We'll take it back.
But those are the trials and tribulations of
Yep.
being a little guy.
Yeah, and it's cool that y'all did that. I saw the post on Facebook, and it's like, I mean, I don't know. There's always a financial hit to something like that, but
Oh yeah.
it's probably
Well,
less than what it would be.
Oh, the financial
Had
well,
you
and
tried
the
to-
thing is,
The
people
hit to
have
the brand is a lot bigger.
Yeah, and people have come up and asked, well, was that a tough decision? No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah,
You
No,
know,
the brand is everything.
the brand is everything.
yeah, and you
And
can,
the quality of the beer that we want to put out is everything. And
It
if
wasn't what we
does-
wanted.
Nope.
And if, I'll do it again tomorrow. If we
Somebody
brew a
else
beer
have
that
them, yeah.
doesn't
what
meet
did
our
y'all just
standards.
dump the beer?
Yeah.
Oh, you should have bottled it and put it out as like slug.
We have a couple of regulars in here that are real good people. And
Oh, yeah,
they were
we
giving
definitely
us a
gave
hard
them-
time. Oh, it couldn't have been that bad. Oh, you just let us taste it. We're like, no, it's not that good. So finally, Marcus went in there, and it was still in the bright tank. He went and pulled a sample off.
So here,
of
try
it.
that.
Here it is. You want to taste it? You think it's going to be that good? Taste it. And they're like, it tastes. Oh my God, like burning.
It was too much sanitizer.
My ears are smoking.
The sanitizer,
Why?
the chlorine in the sanitizer, I believe it changes from chlorine to chlorine,
Yeah.
and it changes it's like a metallic flavor on the back of your tongue, and then all of a sudden it finishes with like somebody squirted you with Dawn dishwashing detergent.
Fun.
Like dishwashing detergent, and then you
Is that your thing?
Burnt-
Shoot, we should have sold you that beer.
then burnt and then burnt metal on the back of your tongue.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
That's not.
you know, and
Chemistry's
if
a
it
funny
happens
thing.
tomorrow, if it happens to this whatever
Yeah.
we're brewing, it's going down
We're
the
all,
drain.
we're going to
We're
dump
not-
everything that doesn't meet our standards. It's
But
just
that
the way-
goat, that goat tasted so good in the fermenter. It tasted so good in the bride tank. We're in there sneaking taste off of it. Oh, it tastes so good, and then all of a sudden it just one
within
day,
a week.
within a week.
Is it you think it was just a ratio,
I think,
or
I
just
think,
a?
I think the sanitizer, we'd mix the sanitizer too hot. We might put too much sanitizer in compared to the water. It's supposed to be 1 ounce per 3 gallons.
Three.
And I think we probably, my dyslexic self put 3 ounces per 1 gallon or something like that. It's been known to happen. I'm not the scientist here.
Yeah.
I'm the chef.
There you go. Yeah.
I
dash
do it
of
by
this.
taste and
Yeah.
see and smell. I don't,
Yeah.
I don't,
You gotta
follow
have-
the recipe.
You got to have us all. You got to have us both.
That's right.
You got to have the science. you gotta
I'm the
have
spender
creative
and
side.
Marcus is the saver. So I get these phone calls. What did you spend this for? I needed it. What did you need it for? And I explain it. Okay.
All right, fine. So we got the creative mind.
But then we go.
And then we got meat.
But then we go. All right. Then he comes to me and goes, "We built a keg washing station, right? So I built a one keg washing station that we'd started with, and I stepped it up to a 3 keg washing station, and we got a new sink. And we put all this stuff in. Got all these valves, and Marcus is over there washing kegs, and all of a sudden it looks like the sun has lit up over there. And he's got 2 quarter barrel kegs on it, and nobody told him that quarter barrel kegs suck up a lot more water. When it did, it sucked the heating element dry. I mean, and when those heating elements go,
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
like, whoa. And Marcus goes, well, we're going to have to spend some money on this. You need a float switch so that we don't let this doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
So
We
sometimes.
need a level indicator on this
Level-
thing to shut off the power to that thing when the level drops.
Did it burn
so
them
we've
out?
got that now.
It burned it
I
out.
got to
Oh,
get
goodness.
it put in. Russ has been doing our keg washing lately, and so he's kind of got it down. He knows how
Got
to
it
do it.
down. Yeah.
We step in and try to help out where we can.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I guess it's probably something every day, huh? Like there's something new.
There's always something to do.
Yeah, something new to
Oh,
learn.
yeah, it's always something to do.
Always something to do. I went to Home
And
Depot
new.
this morning At 7:45, I left here.
Yeah.
And went to Home Depot.
Oh, I thought your note said Harley Davidson.
That's the way you think, Harley guy. My note said
HD was on the note.
My note said went to HD. And Marcus like 7:45. You're going to Harley Davidson. They're not
They're
even
not
open
even
until
open. I
9.
can tell you that one. They're not open yet.
Yeah,
Bring them beer. They open earlier.
HD to me means high definition.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with that. Yeah, we all work in TV, so.
There you go. There you
What?
go.
Trying to think what HD else. What else it could mean? Hard.
Decision.
There's some.
Decision.
No, that's not what I meant. But yeah, sorry. Thanks, Mike.
Hard drop.
Yes, hard drop. Drop the mic.
Heavy,
the hard drop.
heavy D.
Heavy D and the Boys.
Yeah.
What was their main song? What was that? Anybody remember back? Something about. I don't remember. I got it like on the tip of my brain. It was kind of a. I'd have to look it up.
The one that goes, girls, the girls that love me.
Is that Heavy D?
And the overweight lover, heavy D.
There you go.
Get
Get that drop. Sing us more. Do you know any more?
No, I'm not doing any more than that.
I just remember his like yellow jumpsuit or whatever. Yeah. I couldn't tell you. Or like the Fat Boys. I couldn't tell you any songs that they sang or rapped or whatever.
Come on, Randy.
What?
You know all those.
No, shit.
Isn't one of them dead?
Randy's
was
our music encyclopedia.
Or was that Run
No.
DMC?
These are rock and roll music
Yeah,
encyclopedia.
there you go.
I mean, a group called
Wasn't
the
a
Fat
hip
Boys.
hop person.
No.
Yeah.
The Fat Boys, they're big in the '90s.
Run DMC was.
I mean, I'm
Look,
sure.
here you go. I
they're
knew
not
we'd get 'em
healthy
going.
now.
I don't know.
Being
just
fat.
one or two.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I've been fat since the 90s.
I don't know, man. I don't remember. I just remember the group. I don't remember like anything that they.
Oh, I do.
Is that where
What?
Easy E came from?
Easy was
NWA.
NWA.
NWA,
that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. And then the Boys in the
I'm
Hood.
not a rap guy either.
That's his song, Boys in the Hood, which I like.
We do it every once in a while.
Dynamite Hack. Have you heard the Dynamite Hack version?
Oh, yeah.
You don't, not a fan?
It's all right.
It's
different.
Last weekend, and they were playing rap, and I was like, "This is not something you would hear in our area." And Marcus was like, "Yeah, we were playing it yesterday."
Yeah, we were brewing. I brewed the end roast, and we had rap going the whole day, cranked up real loud in the room.
I wonder if that affects the yeast.
Makes them happy.
Yeah.
Makes them happy.
How often do y'all brew?
As needed.
As soon as the bright tank gets a little about midway,
So we get
we'll,
an empty
we'll start
fermenter,
brewing
and they're
it,
putting beer in it.
yeah.
Where are y'all's bright tanks at? Are they? They're
In
back-
that one.
In the cooler,
Cooler.
in the cooler
Oh,
right there.
walk-in.
that makes sense. Yeah. Keep them.
We'll bring y'all through them here in a minute.
Okay.
All of our bright tanks are non-jacketed single wall.
Okay.
So
They all sit in the walk-in.
yeah,
Hi, Christopher.
That's just like a storage tank, right?
It's like a big
Yeah.
keg.
yeah, it's where we carbonate.
Kind of a
and
Christopher
hold the
Walken.
That's where we put him in our Christopher.
beer. Christopher
Walken.
Walken.
I like
Hey,
the Christopher
hey.
part.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find a big picture of him to put on the door.
Like a cardboard cutout or something.
Yeah.
What's that? That's our walk-in.
That's our walk-in.
I feel like the cardboard cutout industry had a peak of about 3 weeks in 1997, and now people who put it there's some guy that went all in on that industry is like it's going to be huge, and now it's
I used to
I
have
don't know what
a
happened to that
life-size Elvira cutout.
Yes. Elvira was a
Cardboard
big
cutout.
one. There was the
Yeah,
Michael Jordan one with
yeah.
him holding the ball.
Yeah.
Elvira would have been nice.
I had my
Yeah.
picture made with the cardboard cutout of George Bush one time, and people thought I was standing next to George
Yeah.
Bush. They were like, "How did you meet him?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was
just, I mean, like, it was in the corner of this auto repair shop.
Yeah.
And I was standing in the waiting room. And I was like, "Hey,"
Take a
I was telling my wife, "Wanda, hey, take a picture of me next to George Bush." She put it on Facebook, and people were like, "You met George Bush at the auto repair place?" Yeah, he was in there getting his car fixed.
Yeah. Getting his Honda,
Needed oil change.
getting a Civic worked on. Wait a minute, George Bush drives a Civic? No.
A Subaru Justy.
Yeah, no, that guy is driven wherever he wants to go. Speaking of,
He doesn't drive, yeah.
yeah, Jeb Bush probably going to buy the Marlins.
Saw that with Jeter.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So that's what the second baseball team that they can destroy.
Yeah,
Trey
Did it-
needed to be here.
they
Did
took
they?
down the
Did he
Rangers,
destroy
didn't they?
the Rangers?
W guy had the Rangers.
Yeah, did he destroy the Rangers?
Yeah, they weren't good until he.
I don't
sold
know. I
them.
don't really follow.
Yeah, they were.
Rangers.
Yeah, that's Dallas.
Yeah, but yeah. So screw them. They're not in our division, or they're in our division. This is,
Yeah, they are now.
They're-
so screw those guys. I used to be like, oh, they're the American League team. Yeah. Now it's Astros. Yeah. And y'all see the Rockets last
Yes.
night?
How
That was an
about
awesome
that?
game, man.
Got big
Man.
sports fans here around here.
Yep. See that TV?
That's on. That's on. That's what's on.
Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
We've got the Astros.
Yeah, now Sundays we eat All the day games, Astros day games will be up on.
Yep.
Okay.
You know what? Four open on 4 on.
Sundays are
Sundays from 2 to 5, and Saturdays are from 4 to 8.
I like Fridays. I'm off. I'm not off on the weekends. So I'm off Thursday, Fridays.
Do you want them to change their schedule for you?
We've been
I need a Friday.
we've been
Well,
kicking
we're-
Fridays for the
do you
last
mind?
couple.
We're usually up here on Fridays getting ready for the weekend, so you can stop by and say, hey.
Just chip in.
I come by.
Yeah, you can earn your glass and help us do a bunch of stuff.
love some-
That's what I say. If y'all need help, like, see, we work 3 o'clock. You know, I mainly work 3 to midnight.
Yeah.
So my mornings I'm up at 8. You know, whatever. So I got to go to work. So man, like I said, y'all are.
And you
I'm
get
probably
off-
closer than 8 miles.
Where you live?
I'm on the other side of 249.
Okay.
Right before Champions Forest.
Uh-huh.
Chase Lock.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the left hand side before you hit the railroad
On the
tracks,
right-hand
right?
side.
Oh, on the
Yeah,
right hand
yeah.
side. Okay.
So that's what I said. If y'all need helping hands, man.
He's
I'm
got a
at
pool.
Joggy and Spring Cypress down this way.
Okay, yeah, I'm the other way.
Hang back way back there.
He's got a pool too. If y'all get high, I can just
I do too.
run and jump in
I
there.
could come and just freehand get the knowledge because I just
Come on.
remember, so
We'll learn you.
I just
We were
Work for
talking
free.
about that
That's all I do.
appreciation night the other night, and everybody that's helped out. That gentleman there has done all the woodwork in
That's
here.
our.
Oh, hey!
Oh.
I like your tables and your bar. Are you for hire? Like, would you replicate a bar like that? I was complimenting your bar earlier. Yes.
Come on up.
Yeah.
Do,
Come on.
do you
Put
have
your
this?
headphones on and start talking about your skill.
Do you have the specially etched glass? Is that the specially etched glass?
Yes, he's got a
this
specially
is my
athletic.
payment. For all this.
Did you do the standing tables too?
No, I didn't do those.
Those are
So-
pretty. That's a pretty cool concept. Right?
So do you get lifetime free beer here?
Yeah, that's their payment, lifetime free.
That's
Wow.
not a bad. It's not bad payment,
It's not too shabby.
especially not with the porter.
And Mike,
Very affordable for us.
exactly, because Mike drinks probably a beer a month. So it's great.
it worked out for us.
We won that.
Pretty
that
cheap for them.
Yeah. What got you into woodworking? Was that something you've done for a while now?
Yeah, I'm better since I graduated from college, so it's been about 30 years ago, and
Okay. Where'd you go to college?
University of North Texas.
Okay. So fighting Screaming Eagle. Are they the Screaming Eagles? Big Green.
Mean Green Eagles.
Mean Green Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. In Denton, right?
So you didn't do the towers, you just did these?
I did all the picnic benches and that, and
And then the bench you're sitting
the bench you're sitting on.
And all the back. But
Yeah.
who did the tall ones?
Another
buddy of mine,
Another one?
Robert Brown from Bridge City, that did all the stand-up ones.
You say Bridge City?
Bridge City, Texas.
Yeah. I spent some time in Beaumont. I worked there for about 2 years.
I went there. I think my freshman year in high school. We played the Bridge City football team. I went to Oak Ridge High School, so I went to Bridge City out there.
I'm
for a
familiar with
football
Bridge City.
So
Yeah.
I spent my first years in Bridge City, Texas.
Yeah.
That's actually where I met my wife. She was my next door neighbor when I was, we were 8 years old. Now we're married.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
There's probably more stories we don't want to hear about that.
Or we do. Or we do. Tell them.
Only known then.
Or maybe we do want to hear them.
That's what I'm saying. That's some interesting only here on Interbrews After Dark.
Nice.
So what are you doing? You're not drinking beer and building cool stuff.
Well, I work in the chemical industry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that how you met?
That's how I know Marcus. You know, everybody has to go down a bad path once in a while.
Oh wow.
Thank you very much.
So, Marcus, did you show him how that table turns into the bench turns into a picnic table?
Oh, no. I'm saving that. I'm saving that for a special moment.
We wanted to wait until you got here so you can do it.
You
Well,
wanna
he runs out of room, as you can tell,
Uh-huh.
in here. So
Especially
he
with
couldn't have any
600
more
people.
picnic tables, so we built them those benches
Mhm.
that convert into picnic tables.
Go on. How does that?
So the back of that will float over.
Oh,
So you can put two of them.
Put two of them together.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Wow.
That way he can use them as benches, and then he can also use them as picnic tables.
So two of them.
No,
Yeah.
the top
Two of 'em go
flips up, and you put two of them together.
That would. That's
We're gonna do it now. Yeah.
that's brilliant.
Cue music.
Yeah. Are we?
Biggie Hill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you had the tool time intro, that'd be really good right now.
Look at that.
Okay. I see.
That's fantastic. And then
I think we're gonna start putting them out like that.
you can even put those against the wall,
Yeah.
just to give more
Yeah.
seating or whatever.
So it could be, yeah, just
The only thing is, if someone decides to sit on the top portion, they're going backwards.
Yeah.
oh, that is cool.
How much? Do you do these just for anybody or only people that own a brewery?
Oh, they got to be friends.
Well, let's sit down and get to know each other because I'm gonna. 'Cause those are killer. Those are great.
Yeah, those are.
I think we're gonna get a pool put in. The plan is to get a pool put in sometime, maybe late this year.
At your house?
Yeah, we're close. We're close. We're saving the money, and you know,
Well, there you go. Then you can get you some.
it'd be
What do
cool.
you got? Bench tables? What do you call them?
Magic.
It's just
Transformer tables. You could, I mean, for like backyard movie night, that would be, you have the table and then you turn around. Perfect.
I know they were a big hit when my wife said, "Okay, you can build some for us."
Oh yeah.
Then it's like, okay,
We were the guinea pigs.
I've struck on something gold there.
That's cool.
Mama wants a new bench and a table.
Yeah. That's awesome.
We have had a lot of compliments on our woodwork.
Yeah. What is the length? Is that?
those are 8-footers.
8 foot?
With the amount of people
Average.
we have coming in here.
Yeah.
But like mine are 6, just which would be a normal bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what we want to do in our, because we're gonna have a whole. We might go 8. Could you do 10?
10
Theoretically?
10
10
benches.
10 foot.
Oh.
Is that?
Yeah, you would just have to put another brace under.
Okay.
That's all.
You need to start thinking about the studio, not
Oh.
your pool.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We have a home studio. We do a live show on Thursdays. What's wrong with this studio? I mean, other than
Right now?
yeah.
You're more than welcome to come use this studio.
I was getting ready to say.
Yeah.
You got a studio right here anytime you want to use it.
Yeah.
Hey, they have good internet here.
Okay. Well, all right.
We could do it.
We could.
And beer.
And beer, yeah.
Well, all right. I'll have
So
my.
like your studio's in your house.
Yeah, it's just a table with some computers and mixer and
it's,
some other.
it's just that the walls are pretty blank.
Well, I'm working on getting some people. I'm like, hey.
We've been working on it for a while.
Yeah, people send me stuff. I'm always working on the show. I'm working on my art. I can't be reaching out all hours of the day, Kennedy.
Be going shopping and stuff.
Yeah, I know. I got some cool stuff picked out on my Amazon list.
Anybody wants to get it? Wish list.
My wish list is strong.
Oh,
It is
my wish
super
list. Yeah.
We'll put that out for the masses, so in
Yeah.
case somebody's interested.
No, it's private. I'm way too like. No, they're gonna judge
Oh,
me.
mine's public.
gonna judge me.
Mine is public.
That's like they're gonna be like.
Were you registered?
Yeah. That's after me on.
He's Amazon.
No. Yeah, my list game is strong.
Bed Bath Beyond,
if I had,
Depot, if we have
yeah,
that.
if I had all that on my walls, y'all be like, "That's impressive," but it's just on the list. So, yeah, you gotta. I'm trying to get the show to fund itself, but so far,
Sponsors.
yeah,
Sponsors.
that's it. I mean, or whatever. Patreon, Interbrews. I'm setting up a Patreon account, which is. I don't really have sponsors for Interbrews simply because it's kind of. I don't know. Things get dated pretty quick. I mean, I guess if somebody wanted to sponsor an episode, that's fine. But Patreons where people that listen, they get exclusive content and that sort of thing. Like maybe this might be part of the Patreon deal.
What's the difference between Patreon and patron?
Well, that's where the name comes from. But I'm not going to give them a big plug. But that's where the name comes from. But basically, it's the thing you can sign up if you want exclusive content. You can pay like $1 per show or whatever for the extra stuff or something like that. Just a few shekels to
Cool.
cover the whatever, and then you get stuff in return. Actually, we've kind of covered it already, but we've been doing shows like that. Totally random topic today, so I come up with random topics. Unless
The Geritol thing? Is that
the Geritol.
Is that
No, that's the Kennedy hour.
That's
that
just-
was a
yeah,
random
that's-
topic for the day.
Yeah.
No, that's just Kennedy's. That's Kennedy's life.
It's not a good show unless there's a Kennedy old joke involved.
Right. Yeah. So let's see.
Hey, I've almost dried out. Splashed my leg again, trying to make Lake Sturm go down. It still keeps coming back.
Mike's been washing the floors all day.
I can tell it's all wet in there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, there was like.
I was filling up the cold liquor tank and got distracted. Shooting out of the top of the cold liquor tank.
Okay, here's our totally random topic today. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
We'll go right into it. All right. Who was the last person that you called or texted? And if you can say, what was the conversation about? Who wants to go first?
Oh, that's easy. I was texting Marcus to find out where we're supposed to meet at lunch. And he wouldn't text me back because he said he was busy doing some kind of interview.
What is for lunch?
Now you know.
I think Lupe Tortillas, is for lunch.
All right, right over here. in
My last
249.
text was the Bearded Foxer account. People asking about the brew.
The brew.
Wanted to see pictures.
Of today's brew, the Pilsner.
Today's brew, yes.
Do you have a brew house cam or something?
My phone.
Okay.
Just take pictures of it.
Okay.
We do have
we do
cameras
have brew
here.
house cams.
But they are off.
Yeah.
They are turned off right now because our hard drive beeps and nobody
couldn't
can make
handle
it
it?
stop.
So just shut it down.
And I'd rather not have it.
It's
It's
fixed.
either that or smash the hard drive with a hammer.
Either way, it's
So
fixed.
there's no live stream videos anymore?
No.
No.
Good to know.
Says a marketing guy.
I was supposed to stay inside.
And
See,
that's
they
all
didn't
I'm
know
gonna say
anything.
about that.
But there is
He's the only one that
but
knows.
there is currently
Oh, are we streaming still?
there is currently a live stream video.
There
Okay.
we go.
All right, Randall, what was the last text you sent or received? What was it about?
When my son wanted to let me know that things are going well and he's getting ready to pitch in a JV's game tomorrow. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, he goes to school up in Alma, Michigan.
Oh, wow.
And so we were just update me and let me know. So it's
Nice.
a nice little conversation.
Mesa ball.
Yeah.
Cool. Kennedy, what was your?
Well, mine's not very interesting,
Oh.
but I got a text message in the middle of the show from my buddy Tom. And he was asking me if I
Tom
was,
McMurray.
Yes, Tom McMurray.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom. He was asking me.
Tom?
He was
Hey,
asking
Tom.
me if I was working this weekend
And you
because he
are.
wants me to. Yeah, I'm working a lot this weekend. But he wanted to know if I was working this weekend because he was going to go to. Can I talk about another brewery here?
Yes, yeah.
All right, so he's going to go to 160-foot Beer Works,
160 foot.
160-foot Beer Works this
160.
You
weekend.
should probably come try Bearded Fox.
And he wanted to know if I want to go with him.
Okay. And are you able to?
No, I'm working.
Okay.
I'm working
Has
a
it
lot.
ever stopped you before? Mike, what was the last? Are you looking?
Right now,
He's still texting over there.
Who are you texting?
Yeah.
Kate just trying to figure out what else to do besides crawfish this weekend. She just texted me a bunch of screenshots of.
How about the MS-150?
Yeah, there's this thing called the MS-150.
Did you-
It's for a good cause.
Did you? Is she watching?
She was.
So she knows you're here.
Oh, she gave
You
up.
can't cover it up.
She was watching. Yeah.
Was she upset?
Yeah, she
Of course
actually-
she wasn't, because she's a level-headed woman.
She actually told me I need to start refilling these glasses.
All right. So my. Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what she
Yeah,
told
they
me.
got a little low. I was kind of.
She told me.
Kate's cool because first her and Mike met at a brewery, which to me is like that's a woman you hang on to, both hands.
So what you need to do is turn around and take a picture of that, put up there, and send that back to her.
The,
Need a team for the MS-150.
does she ride or does she just run?
She used to work for the MS Society.
Well, there you go.
Does she ride though? But
No.
she just runs. They're both long distance runners, which I don't
If
understand.
you
Yeah,
see me
this is
running, you
stupid.
better get in front of me. 'Cause
Yeah.
something bad is coming.
Something bad is coming.
No, the only time I run is when something's chasing me.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
And I run real fast with keys and handcuffs jingling behind me.
Interesting thing I got today was from my last text was from my mother-in-law group text, and they're in Branson, Missouri. You, Kennedy, you're
No, no.
fan of Branson?
No,
Big fan of-
No,
they have early shows.
no.
Anyway,
Not Branson.
Have an early
I draw
buffet.
the line at the old jokes in Branson. Nah.
They have the 3 p.m. buffets.
anyway, they're up there doing something. I don't know. Her sister lives up there.
Dollywood.
Yeah, and actually that's Tennessee.
Same difference.
It's not the same. It's way different.
Oh, they have one in there too, I think.
Do they?
Yeah, Dolly. They have something Dolly.
Well, they have Silver Dollar City.
Oh, maybe that's what.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm from Arkansas, so I felt it's okay for me to make fun of
I'm
Arkansas.
just lost right now. Okay?
But Branson's in Missouri, though.
That's close enough because
Okay.
they were in Eureka Springs area, that sort of
Missouri
thing.
light.
Yeah, basically. Anyway, I was just making fun of no teeth and no shoes. Asked her if she'd lost her shoes yet, and if she'd pulled any teeth to be so she wouldn't come across as uppity.
Want to blend in a little more.
Yeah,
You know how, the toothbrush was invented there?
because
Anywhere else it'd be called a teeth brush.
yeah, she said I was stereotyping. I was like, don't come at me with your fancy words about music playing clickety clacks. I don't know what that is.
Stereotype.
Yeah, the whole town has like a full set of teeth
Yeah,
between them.
yeah, they borrow.
Between them.
They can borrow. Arkansas.
that now.
Yeah, super bready. It's like what you would get in a basket in the middle of your table, like just
Oh, wow.
Like eating sourdough.
something like that. Yeah.
I have
I gotta go find one.
7-year-old sourdough starter, and I made some bread last Sunday.
Mhm.
It's so tough and tangy when it's cold, but you warm it up, it's like eating a pillow. It's just heaven. Like,
How often do you feed it?
every week.
Every week.
And it stays in the refrigerator.
What do you feed it with? Just stone
Just
ground or
flour and
AP flour? Or?
just regular all-purpose flour and hot water.
Okay, because I tried to do my own with like all stone ground.
Yeah.
And it smelled like a sweat sock. Wasn't good.
Sweat sock.
That was too much sour.
Yeah, it was. Maybe it was my feet that were in it. I don't know. They said, I don't know.
My
Need
next
it.
door neighbor has the same strain of it, and he'll go outside and tap his flowers to knock pollen into it, so he's getting natural fermentation.
How does that come across? Does it taste good? Any different?
He likes to put all kinds of stuff in his dough. It's
Yeah.
lemon and pepper. He has a wood-fired pizza oven in his backyard, so the reason behind the sourdough was to make sourdough pizza crust.
Yeah.
And then it's just evolved from there. to
Just an
crepes
obsession.
And duck bread and
Cinnamon bun.
So did you eat your sweat sock?
No, no.
sourdough.
Oh no.
No, I went back because it was like 3 days just sitting there in the bowl getting bigger and bigger. And I was like, my wife was like, "What are you gonna do with this?" I was like, "Well, I'm making bread." I
Wait
watched.
for it to walk out.
I started talking. Like at night, you heard it. What was that? No, was that your stomach? No.
One of my first ones I had it in a plastic container with a plastic lid on it, and we had just gone to bed. And all of a sudden, you hear this boom! And I jump up. I grab a pistol, I run in the living room. I'm like, what the hell was that? And I look at the wall, and there's sourdough off the wall. The lid's laying on the floor in the living room. I mean, it had what we like to call explosive fermentation.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched that was the documentary Cooked. That's on Netflix, which is amazing. I've watched it probably 3 times.
I've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, it's great. Like the way it was shot and the way they talk about it. But then the bread, the air episode where he makes the bread. He's like, yeah, the one thing that I'm most rewarded for, from doing this documentary was how to make my own bread. I'm like, I've got to make bread. And then it smelled like a sweat sock. I'm like, I don't have to make bread anymore.
Once you start making bread, it changes the way you look at bread. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not the same bread that you get at the grocery store. It's
So
not
should-
Mrs. Barrett's.
So I went all, uppity, I guess, with my stone ground flour. Should I just go AP flour? and
I
call
just
it-
go straight up. I started mine with whole wheat. I used King Arthur's whole wheat flour
Okay.
and started it with it. It was a whole wheat rye is what it was.
Okay.
And started it with it, and then I feed it 2 cups of AP,
Do you think it?
warm water.
Okay, so because I fed it with the stone ground, so maybe could it be something that's in my air? Because when I did an open ferment. Well, seriously, I did an open fermentation with a Hefeweizen too,
Well,
and then it ended up sweat socky.
You're talking. You're talking to a guy that we brewed at least
yeah.
twice or 2 or 3 times a month inside my house.
Yeah.
You could leave a glass. All right, so you take a wort sample, your OG, and you leave it on the counter, and you come back in 2 days, and it's already foamed over, just from the natural yeast occurring in that house.
Have you gone through with it and just like use that as a starter and go, just to see what happens?
We haven't made slants of that at all.
No, just to see what's in there.
It should have.
Yeah,
No,
it'd
it's
probably
all
be real telling about it. Like,
The whole house has been redone now, and everything's been repainted. The sunroom where the brewery was, the ceiling was painted in this abstract explosive fermentation, just all over. Like we had a stout one time.
Dark sunbursts.
We had a stout one time that
Here
went
and here.
crazy. It blew the airlock out of the fermenter. Okay, it didn't blow the top off the airlock.
Yeah.
It blew the whole airlock out of the fermenter, and it overflowed onto the floor.
what temperature was it at?
It was
room
probably 80.
Oh,
It was in the sunroom.
Yeah,
It
okay.
was just natural fermentation.
Yeah.
The sun come up and get warm and go down and get cool. I came home from work and the whole floor was covered in this black sticky ooze, and it's trub and it's that krausen off the
Yeah.
top and it's just all over everywhere. I spent like 2 hours cleaning it.
It's like it's trying to get out of the house.
And then a couple weeks later, where somebody had dropped the picnic faucet on the door of the beer refrigerator and closed the door of the beer refrigerator and drained a whole 7 and a whole quarter barrel.
quarter barrel.
Quarter barrel.
That's right. I
no.
forgot about that.
So then you go walking into the sunroom, and when they built my house, they put that black tar paper down and they put the tile on top of it because they knew somebody was going to come in and take that tile up. So you walk into the brewery at my house and it's oozing up between the tiles. So we ended up having to take all the tile out of the brewery. So we literally moved stuff out of the way, scraping up tile, throwing it all out. So
Which was
the
easy
brewery
because it was all that paper on
yeah,
it.
it just came out. It was coming out in like 8 or 10 pieces at a time. But the floor was just a bare concrete floor because of the explosive fermentation of our stout.
That's
Our
crazy.
stout was just
The
the
stout
one.
that you have right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it still does.
It still does it.
Really?
Yeah, the goat that we had that we're brewing right now that's in the fermenter.
It was rocking the other day.
It had
like it's on a hot
probably
tub.
that much Krausen at the top, on
a good
top of the
foot.
CIP ball, coming up the CIP arm.
What yeast do y'all use? Is the same one for both of them?
That's 1056 on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all add
Yeah,
any,
it's the same one. Why use 1056?
you don't add any nutrient or anything like that?
No.
Just
No, I'm afraid
Hello.
to.
Right now we're adding some oxygen to them because
we-
you know that size of fermentation. That size of fermentation, the pressure will push all that oxygen out of it. So you need to add some back.
okay. Well, that's
Man, aren't
crazy.
you glad you learned all that before you got here?
No.
Yes.
Well, I promised my wife that I was going to redo the whole sunroom for her when we got out and all that. And well, then the tax day flood happened.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. You live in that
Yeah, I live in the flood neighborhood.
flood neighborhood.
So then
Yeah.
everything got redone,
Out
but
for 'em.
all that $800 and some that I pay a year in flood insurance paid for that.
The flood insurance paid for the beer flood?
Paid for the beer for the brewery rehab.
Okay. Okay. There was way back in the day in England, Kennedy, the porter exploded.
That was a huge
And-
rolling
yeah.
down the streets.
Yeah,
taking out
killed
people's
like
houses.
5 people, mostly women and children.
From a
was,
porter
uh,
exploding.
Yeah.
Who's that? Sammy Smith.
I think Samuel Smith.
Samuel Smith had
Yeah.
like a 200 barrel. It wasn't a fermenter. It wasn't a fermenter. It was a storage tank.
Yeah, big food.
It was a
like-
bright tank or
yeah, or
something like
something.
that they had.
Probably wood, but I mean, it's back in the day.
Yeah, it would have been a wood one. It had a rupture, and it literally wiped out part of the town.
And most,
Wow.
yeah, the streets were real narrow, and people lived down in the basements.
You did that one. You did that on
Moment in beer history.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was brought to us by Brigadoon Brewery in Bristol. Yeah.
Brigadoon.
Yeah. But yeah, it killed like 6 women and children. Or something
He's
like
brewed on our system before.
Yeah,
Alan has?
Brigadoon. Yeah, I know.
How did when it was at?
I think when it was at Billy's.
It was
Okay.
at Billy's, yeah.
That's cool.
I
Yeah.
think he worked up there before he started.
He's
brewing
answered
beer.
some questions for us on that.
Yeah, he's
We were trying to figure out how to put the dang thing back together.
yeah. How do I brew this beer over an open fire?
We
You know,
get-
using
We got this brewery and we had no
14th
idea how to
century.
put it together. It didn't come with
It just come in
instructions.
pieces. We
And
had
that's the
no
pictures.
idea how to put it together.
And they
Conwood.
sent us. It came with some pictures of how this is how it was set up where we were, and we were looking at pictures, going, zooming in, looking at that pipe goes from there and it goes underneath, and what is that? And Marcus and I were. I was laying on the floor under the brew platform.
Put it
and
there.
He's
Connect it
handing me
there.
pipes.
And I'm-
This one
we're going.
fits here.
No, that's not it. It's got to be this one. It's got to be this one.
as long as it works, right?
Winging it the whole way.
Hell, like I said, we just learned
Yeah.
what a grant is.
Yeah.
Let's keep wanting to call it Sherman
A grant?
because it's not a grant.
Oh.
It's a grant. You just don't like
He
grant.
doesn't like Grant. He wants to name it Sherman.
I want to name it Sherman. I don't know why. It's just I like to name things different.
Yeah.
What is it?
We'll call it a
general-
Sherman here.
What is the
The
what
grant?
Yeah.
All right, so the grant is it's called a lauder grant.
Okay.
All right, so it connects between the mash tun and the pump, so that when you're drawing your wort off the mash tun,
Okay.
it naturally gravity feeds into the grant,
Okay.
and the grant then that's where the pump picks it up from. So you don't have a pump pulling a suction on your grain bed and locking your grain bed up,
Okay.
which
Okay.
we've done.
Yeah.
A
Okay.
couple times.
A couple
Where
times.
does the name
now
grant-
that we know.
Now that we know.
Grant you a little leeway
We
or
don't know
something?
why. I didn't get
Grant
to
you
the
a
history of why it would be called grant.
But now that you've said that, I'm going to have to look it up.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of
Google
it's,
GTS.
it's been used in a lot of bigger breweries and a lot of older breweries that where it started in.
Okay.
But
I'd never heard of that.
we used it for the first time this
Well,
past
neither had
week.
we. until about 2 weeks ago.
Until 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we had never. Didn't even, why do we got this? What does it do?
I'm like, well, just keep it because obviously, whenever we figured, we'll have some brewers over here one of these days from other breweries, and we'll ask them what the heck that dang thing is for. And
that
it
or-
was taking too long for that to happen.
Yeah.
And I seen a picture of a brew house at Eighth Wonder.
Yeah.
And they had one.
Did you go about it like, hey, what do you think that's for?
No.
Oh, that's
I
it.
went
You
in-
didn't
I
want to tell me
went
you didn't know?
He went in
transparency.
full stupid.
I went full transparency. I'm like, dude, you've got something. at
We've
your
got
brew
one of
house that
these
we've
sitting in
got.
the
We
corner.
don't know what the heck it's for, but
I've
you've
seen
got
it in
one,
your
so-
picture, and I want to know what it
And I
is.
want to know what it is and how to use it. Yeah, I went full transparency with Eighth Wonder. Just,
That's
hey,
probably the best way.
what
It
the
is.
heck is
I
this
mean, I know
thing?
what we
And
use
then-
it for, but what do you think?
So we got over to his brewery house and we're looking at it, and Aaron's going, well, what is it? And I'm like, well, that thing right there. He said, well, that's a grant. And I'm like, all right, now what does it do?
We like to say that we're
I'm not afraid to ask questions.
we're manual brewers, so we still actually don't have to move hoses around on our brew system. Our hoses are now pipes, so you actually have to move the pipe to the bulkhead to make it transfer to wherever we want to go.
Okay.
So our goal, we were asking goals earlier. Our goal is to have a touch screen brew house one day.
That's cool.
So you just push the button. I want it to go from the mash tun to the bulkhead.
You want to drag it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, like in our ecosystem, you drag it from the fermenter to the bright tank.
That's right.
I want it to actually move physically also.
Yes.
You could just get somebody to move it for you. You could point. It's kind of like a real a virtual drag screen.
Yeah, then you got to pay that guy.
No,
Yeah.
no.
No, that's what Mike will be for. Well, let's get some cellophane. We'll hang it up, and you can just drag like this. And you can watch your
He'll be
finger.
dressed up all its whole thing.
Here?
Just watch my finger. Know where my finger goes. You can.
That's your job. You're the new touch screen. You're the. You're the.
Well, you've already determined the fact that you can have people work for you for free beer for life.
Yeah.
That's all you
Yeah,
got to
it
do.
works.
That's it.
Yeah,
And everybody, Mike.
yeah. Free beer for life.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna have to scoot. I gotta have
Alrighty.
to work. Do y'all wanna? Can y'all break it down and I'll just grab my recorder? Can I trust y'all? Can I trust you?
No, I don't think you can trust them at all.
Yeah.
Is that cool? Do you? What
It
time,
looks
do you have to
sketchy.
work today? What time? That's forever, and you don't have to work today. Do you?
No, I have to work today.
So if
He's
I-
got it.
are
He's
you-
working right now.
Kennedy's got it.
I'm working.
All
I'm
right.
working.
Okay.
He's working.
Yeah.
Is that what you're right now? You're working.
Yeah, he's working right now.
I got to go check my beer.
Okay.
You want
All
to
right.
record a few promos?
Yeah, we'll do that real quick. All right.
There you go, Randy.
Yep.
And the outro music, Mission Impossible.
No, we're gonna record a few promos.
Do you want them to look at the camera? I just need the audio.
Yeah.
See, Kennedy and I have this struggle
Yes.
where I did
He's
radio.
An audio guy.
We do.
I'm an
We
audio
do.
guy.
We do.
He's all fancy
I got to
schmancy.
look at you.
Yeah, like,
I've worked in television, like
how long? Since they invented it.
Mini.
He used to be the guy that he used to be the guy that held the candle.
He first
and-
started in black and white.
Yeah, and he held the candle in front of the sheet.
Vacuum tubes were filling.
Yes, I remember the transition between film and video. And,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like if only they would invent electricity. I got this thing called TV.
Yeah.
We could go real big with it. That was him.
I was
Pre-
excited that
He's early.
Wizard of Oz first came out, went
Yeah.
from black and white to color.
Yeah. Oh yeah, blue is mine.
Yeah.
Still hadn't gotten
When,
over
when
that.
Dorothy opened those doors and it
Yeah.
became color.
Yeah, isn't there somebody that hung?
Said, "Hey, give me a tissue. I'm about to cry."
There was somebody that hung themselves on the set of that movie, right?
That,
What?
no.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, there is too.
No.
Yes.
I know. I know the
GTS.
urban legend you're talking about.
GTS.
Yeah.
There's
I know
somebody.
the urban legend you're
There's
talking
somebody
about.
that hung themselves.
It's like.
What
never
is
mind.
it?
I'm not. Well,
Is it not really somebody?
no. It was in like the
You're saying there ain't
backdrops,
nobody?
and there was a shadow that was cast that looked like somebody hung themselves.
I don't know, man.
I don't know who to believe. Y'all both look sketchy.
Go get that Blu-ray. Check it out. Is it on Blu-ray? I don't know.
Yeah.
Digital download on iTunes or something.
It's all you, Randy.
Yeah.
I know. If you.
Somebody
listen,
told me I had to be on video.
Well, anyway, my
know.
thing is I
You've
was
been
in
on video
radio.
this whole damn day.
Yeah.
I
Thank
know
you.
if you listen to Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, and watch.
Sync it up.
I was going to say that. Is that an urban legend? Or
No,
is
that's
that
for real.
actually, It's for real.
It's actually.
It's the is it the third roar, second roar?
You start. You put. It's back when we had CDs and you have it on repeat, and you start the CD right on the third line roar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We'll have to wait for the kids to leave to go do that one.
Yeah.
Well, it's. It's just some stuff kind of like weird and it like syncs
Well,
up.
yeah, the lunatic when it's what's that song? The lunatic is on the grass.
Yeah.
When he's doing that, that's when the it's perfectly syncs up with the scarecrow. He's dancing on the grass.
Oh, really?
And it like when she opens the door and as soon as you see it becomes color, right when that happens is like the money song starts. So it opens the door. It's like.
Oh, thank you.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, wow.
And that's what they,
Yeah.
people. A lot of
Could you
people.
Go back and do that one more time. I missed it. Somebody handed me a beer. I missed it.
I'm pretty sure. Do it again, Chris.
Yeah, come
I'm
on.
pretty
One more
sure
time.
It's all coincidence, but I don't know who figured this out.
Somebody was.
So,
Somebody had.
Somebody with a little extra time.
I think I put it right there. I put it up there already.
Somebody was enhanced.
Yeah, I would have liked to have been the dude that figured it out
I'll take it.
Uh-huh.
It's more
and
important.
was able to show everybody, hey, check this
Oh,
out.
I know. I don't know if they were able to monetize that, but
It's like,
It kind of works. It works though. It's weird, but I mean, the first time I
are you going to disclose some stuff to the public? Now?
the first time I did see Dark Side of the Moon, and there may have been some LSD involved,
Oh goodness.
Nice.
and it kind of
I don't even know what that is.
everything kind of worked out.
He was there when he knew the guy
Yeah.
that invented it. Back in the.
All right, we need to start.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
All right. So
Smile
I
right now.
guess if you guys want to, thank you very much. If you guys want to, if you have any events you want to promote, we can record you guys promoting them, and then we'll air them like closer to the date.
Okay.
So like earlier on, you guys promoted, and my memory.
Well, I mean, basically, it's just Wild West Brewfest, and
All right, hold on. I need you real quick because I got to go. So real quick, just say, hey, this is Randall from Bearded Fox Brewing Company, and you're listening to Interbrews.
okay.
And then do the same thing for Liquid Lunch. This is Randall from.
It's just straight audio.
Yeah.
Okay, say that again.
This is Randall from Bearded Fox Brewing Company. And you're listening to Interbrews, and then this is Randall from Bearded Fox Brewing Company,
Okay.
and you're listening to Liquid Lunch.
This is Randall from Bearded Fox. We're listening to Interbrews.
Okay. Hold on real quick, and then one more time for Liquid Lunch.
This is Randall Clark from Bearded Fox. We're listening to Liquid Lunch.
Perfect. Cool. All right. I got to get.
All right.
Can you still recording all this stuff? Are you getting all your?
Yeah, I'm still recording. Is it when you stop that? Is it going to stop my record?
It shouldn't, because it's standalone. Are y'all cool to pack it up and bring it? Are y'all sure?
I gotta get home too, quick, relatively soon too. So.
Okay.
Okay.
I need this.
Do you want to promote any of your events?
I mean, we briefly touched on them earlier. I mean, it was.
Yeah, but see, this will be kind of like a standalone thing. So like,
Okay.
if you want to do like, are they all like Saturday events?
Well, basically, Wild West Brewfest is May 6th from 3 to 9 in Katy.
Well,
Yeah. All right. So if you want to do like this weekend,
Okay.
and then like, that's when I'll promote these.
Okay.
I'll put it like
Look into there.
Yeah, that's fine. So if you want to, this weekend coming up, blah blah blah.
This weekend coming up, check us out at Wild West Brewfest from 3 to 9 in Katy.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. If you want to do more though, you have more than that. I mean, as much as you want to give us.
Okay. This Thursday, May 11th, we'll be at Lone Star Tobacco celebrating their 35th anniversary. We'll have the Goat and Aunt Rose out sampling while we're smoking some great cigars.
Now, do that. Sit, and now, introduce yourself. Say who you're with. Like,
Okay.
From Beard Fox.
Randall Clark from Bearded Fox will be at Wild West Brewfest on May 6th from 3 to 9 in Katy. Is that it?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I just kind of like need like a little open.
Okay.
No.
You want me to go each one of those do the kind of the same thing?
Yeah, the same thing.
Okay. This is Randall Clark with Bearded Fox Brewing Company. We'll be at Lone Star Tobacco in the Vintage, celebrating their 35th anniversary with our Aunt Rose and our Goat and smoking some great cigars.
All right, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, just like that. Do you have any?
That one we're still working on.
Okay.
We'll be, this Randall Clark with Bearded Fox Brewing Company will be at Houston Press Brewfest on May 20th. Come out and drink some of our great beer.